That's vocally on.
Going
Ta-da!
live. Going live.
Ba-da-da-do-do-do.
Welcome to this shithole.
Oh.
Oh, I can't do that.
Don't do that.
Right,
All
I'm
right.
shutting this one down.
We're going to spend all day today talking about the new King's War 3rd edition.
Right.
Sorry,
sound
what?
is working.
Yeah.
We don't care.
No, we do. If the sound isn't working, then there's a problem.
Oh, sorry. That's not what I was talking about. I was talking about them talking about whatever it is, a tabletop.
It's a tabletop war game.
By definition, Midge, it would be multiplayer because there would be more than
Yeah.
one person playing. So yeah.
I mean,
By
you can play some board games single player.
Not
not a war
tabletop
game,
war
though.
games.
Yeah. You
can't
kind of need an
go-
enemy to fight, you know? It kind of works like a grand strategy game, you know, like
I-
Total War
so,
Warhammer
I-
2. You
I
need an
definitely
enemy
think
to
I
fight.
could. Hold on, I think Rival, you good on sound? Are you?
Yo.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yo.
Oh, is that a yo or a no?
No, it's a yo. No, I'm just laughing
Yo,
at one of my viewers who I've created a Battlestar Galactica ship and called it the Enterprise. I spelt it with a Z.
Oof.
It's like I've just declared war on all Trekkies or something like that.
I feel
It's like, I'm fairly sure it's spelled with a Z.
directly
It's American,
attacked.
so you know.
I feel directly attacked. When you said that, I had an internal visceral reaction.
Oh, dear. The ones who had to kick down Rival's door and just beat the shit out of him for spelling Enterprise with a
Control
Z.
myself.
if we were like in the
the
same room
anger.
together and you were saying like, yeah, Enterprise spelled with a Z, right? I'd just be like,
Because I was going to spell that with an S, and it was like, yeah, but it's an American show, and I'm fairly sure they spell it with a Z. Okay, fair enough. Put a Z. There you go. Oh! The venom I'm getting.
Roach is about to throw up.
Roach
Stop.
is gonna kill Rivallon.
no, this is bypass. This is all games. So, last week, the week before last week, actually.
Yeah, someone didn't turn up last week. Oh, that was the DM. Don't matter.
That is true, and he will be doing the recap. Go.
So Rivallon died mysteriously in the interim.
We woke up one day and Rivallon was dead.
Who would like to do the recap of last week's episode for not only the audience, who
Okay, I'll do it.
somehow have not seen the previous episode,
I'll do it.
or
I've never done a recap.
I'll do it.
I've never done a recap.
you're right, Red. Red.
Mog,
Mog.
No, let me do it. Please let me do
This
it.
is also for Utari, who wasn't here. Mog.
Please
I've
let
made
me
my
do it.
decision.
No,
Please.
I'm gonna
Mark,
let Radical
Just
do
all right,
it.
fine. Let me just do this bit.
Okay, you do that bit.
Nothing happened last week. There you go. That's what you asked for.
Week 4 last.
Damn it!
Okay,
the last session.
last session. So, first we went on a shopping trip because that's what we do.
That's what heroes do.
That's what we do. We bought some horses, we bought a cart, we bought some dudes and some ladies. And we started heading into the Grey Wastes.
Lady warriors.
Lady warriors.
Yeah.
Okay.
We picked up some mercenaries.
Yeah.
We battle brothers, this shit.
Just making sure that you don't think we just went and got a load of hookers or something.
I mean, that's also equally
Rivallon
possible.
wanted to. You said no.
How many? I kind of need
6.
more
Oh,
details
7.
than people
7.
who may have actually.
7, and they cost 2,020 gold pieces because the Book of Mog is something that exists.
Okay.
So, I can give you their names later, Atari. I'm not going to read them out. So we hired 7 mercs.
It's okay. I don't need to know names. They'll be dead tomorrow anyway.
That's very true, Master
no-
Justinia.
There's no point in having their names. They wear red shirts.
They've technically been with you guys for more than a month.
And they still wear red shirts.
Still wearing red shirts.
They've been with us almost as long as R1 has.
It's not far off, actually.
Ooh, that's a cold burn.
So Mog's driving the wagon, everyone else is riding, Rivallon's acting as scout, and our glorious and masterful DM, please don't kill me, has had us rolling travel rolls, which is basically a roll per day, and we see how far we get, and if we fail miserably, then we go round in circles for a bit. So we did do some going round in circles, because the only people who could roll decently were Rivallon the Sesh.
Wrong. Ustenia could roll as well, and he did, which is why we went round in circles. However,
Whoa.
it's actually true. I'm sorry, mate. It is. Yeah, you rolled
Kind of
poorly
pretty
for
bad
that
roll.
particular time. That was all.
You only did once.
Yeah.
Ustenia only
I
went once.
didn't roll badly. Only my
Ustenia
character
rolled
rolled bad.
poorly.
Roach rolled badly, which is pretty par for the course.
Those eyes.
Let's face it,
God, Jeff,
Roach. Me and you have like Will Wheaton luck in terms of rolls, so
It's either full.
Do not
or
bring that
nothing.
person's name up on this game session. You will curse it.
And then
So we have just got 2/3 through.
mhm.
I think people are going to start dying. Apparently we've still got food and water and the horses, but everyone, I think Mog needs a bath if nothing else.
And
So they
apparently
might start stinking of orc, everyone.
we missed practically we actually missed every fight that dear and merciful God who's going to kill me today had laid out for us. We kept on just rolling just to get by those things.
Yeah, and then, like I say, Sesh and Rivallon were the only people who succeeded in their roles.
Although Roach did say if you could make a viable argument, you could use practically anything on
Well,
the list.
I've made some viable arguments.
She has actually. She's
Because
been.
I've had
So
a
as
fortnight to think about it.
just as an out, just to point out, just for more detail on here, Utari, since the last time you were here, essentially the whole rest of the week went by for the commissions to be paid for the gear. Then you bought everything, bought mercenaries, went out, and it's been about I think it was about, was it 3.5 weeks or was
Yeah.
it 4? I think it was
Something like
Up to this
3.5
point, it's
weeks.
about 3.5 weeks.
3.5 weeks of travels. Actually, no more, because you guys spent 6 days or something like that.
Oh yeah, it's been 4.5 weeks.
It's been 4.5 weeks since you lot left Takova. So it's been a month that you've been with these mercenaries that you've hired.
Okay,
And I
so
still haven't tried to sleep with the female elf.
whoa, let's slow down there. Okay, so we got our stuff that let's slow down. So I've got my
Time
what
out.
was it? A +1 AC shield?
Oh yeah, that was the one I didn't give it to you because you weren't here, so I didn't want to get rid of anything or anything like that. By the way, the dragon hide should not be in your inventory. That was something I remembered. That technically is still in
We
your
sold.
inventory because you sold all that a while ago and paid some of it to pay for the commissions and things. But either way, dragon hide shouldn't be in there.
Right, that's dumb.
I'm going to give you a +1 shield, and then you should get rid of the normal shield that you have if you still have it.
Don't forget to identify it for him.
I will. I just need to find it in the +1 shield. Here we go. Okay. Shield.
Wait.
There you go. +1 shield. You should have that in your inventory now. We knew you
Oh,
had
yeah.
something on commission, but I could not be 100%. So I wanted to make sure.
AC of 22.
Oh hell yeah!
I can't add my Wand of the War Mage apparently to. Ah, there it is. So, oh god, this is gonna be a pain. Okay, it doesn't automatically add its modifiers, which is a bit annoying. So I'm gonna have to go manually add all my modifiers to all my spells.
Good luck.
Good
So,
luck.
Be back
Hopefully
in
you
a
won't
moment.
need him for like half an hour.
So, we left off last episode with you guys still in the outer desert of the Grey Wastes, on your way towards the central desert, where you have been told to go by various means, and found out there is a large structure used to belong to a old draconic order of Bahamut worshippers. And I think the last, well, I don't remember the last roll that was used, so I don't know if what skill was? Did anybody remember the
I
last?
used
I've got them written
perception
down.
and I got a 20. I used perception, I got a 20, and I think my total was 29.
Right, and yeah,
I've
you
got the
made
list of all we
steps
used.
there. Okay.
It was the Book of Mog.
Because the Book of
Boy.
Mog actually exists.
Yep.
It is an item in game.
It is!
So, and by the way, Utari, or Usteni, I'll get back to using that. Basically, an entire month, calendar month has also gone by since you left. So it's you are now in the 10th month of the year, just in terms of that. And yeah, you are currently in a area that I'll just reiterate the description so you have a bit more. It's large, and the outer desert is large and flat, with winds seeming to have moved most everything away, leaving only the hard stone and dry clay that you now walk on. Rock formations can be seen every so often in odd shapes that seem to defy nature. And so far it's been mostly just high winds that you've dealt with, and some sharp rocks that's strewn about like a mile or two, like ground, like deep, that you've had to traverse. But we're at another point where you guys have to make a travel check. So who wants to lead this one?
Is it super meta if I read out what ideas I've had for various skills that aren't on the normal list?
Oh no, because surely it would just be Mog leading a discussion on, right, what can we work as a team? What ideas have we got?
okay.
It's
So,
fine.
Cool. So, Mog's had some ideas. So, Arcana skills, we can sort of either focus on the ley lines, focus on the old magics used at the original battle between Palor and Bahamut's supporters, or we can focus on no spells by Liban, or focus on Segul.
Okay. Next.
Medicine, because I know Sesh is a super doctor. Basic physical health, and then I thought as well the mental health of everyone, sort of going around and acting as a counsellor, sort of buoying spirits and sort of trying to bring everyone up. Also, by the way, bingo everyone, because Midget's mum brought in a massive pail of food.
Okay,
And
everyone
bingo
take a
is a
drink.
thing now.
oh yeah, have you got the bingo card? Can I have a
Yeah.
copy?
I put it in Discord 2 weeks ago.
Oh, check.
Slingo Gingo. Roach's moustache is mentioned.
Which we have
Midget's
mentioned.
mum
at the
brings
bingo.
Which
Bingo.
we already have, but it wasn't on
Bingo.
stream.
What is it? Midge's mum brings in an enormous pile of food. It's actually on the list.
pasta, of course there's a lot of it, so...
And then I've got religion checks, which is sort of the original battle and sort of things like that. And persuasion, motivational speech to the party, so someone's going to have to think of one of those. Not me.
There you go.
4 years ago.
Okay.
So, I'm okay with going with the Arcana first, because Sesh is, Mog is beast at Arcana. So. But I'm going to need advantage from Isaac, and I'm also going to need Sesh's super spell that gives me another
Yeah.
D4.
Yeah, but I wanted to just ask first if Sesh could cast create water and do the whole rain thing behind the group. So like we've camped up one of the nights in that trench that we were in, and I want to take the horses, like wash myself in the rain as best I can, and say, hey, if anyone else wants to join me, go ahead.
Me,
You know?
Mog does.
Because I can
Mog is
create
desperate
what,
for a bath.
50 gallons of water is rain.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because it's 10
That's
per
what you
level.
decided it was in the tomb.
So I'm just gonna do the whole rain thing, so that way people can wash up and all that if they want to.
A nice cold shower.
Nothing better.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to go ahead and do that, that is.
Yeah,
is
I'll mark
perfectly
off a
doable.
level 4 spell just in case it comes up. But I will also cast guidance on Mog. So add a D4.
Oh yeah, I'll assist obviously with anything Arcana related. So, what do we? I'll do this as I. So, Mark, what is it you want me to try and focus on?
Well, you have much more experience with Liban and Zagul. I understand that Rivallon had a more personal connection, but his strengths don't lie within the sort of magical realm. He is outside of that, but
Unless it's killing magical stuff. Elfish, sorry.
but it's sort of the I want to focus on the spells that we know she can do and what sort of influence Zagul would have on that, the power she has. Does that make any sense?
Okay, well, Liban, as far as we're aware, is a druid, and I'm familiar with polymorph, so it might be able to be done.
I think it's worth a try, at least.
All right then.
Cool.
Sesh guidance me.
Alright.
Boop.
All right, so
Okay.
you get advantage on an Arcana check, and plus 1d4.
1d4.
Here we go. This is where it all goes horribly wrong.
That one.
Oh!
Close.
Plus 1d4.
Now roll your d4 as well. So just pick it up and drop it into the dice tray. Ooh.
22.
22!
22.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
It's the only skill she's got.
So we're trying to track her magicalness.
Yeah, her.
Track
Because she
them.
would have used
Magical
magic at some
aura.
point going forward. You'd think.
Okay. All right. So, Mog and Isaac, you spend amounts to a night focusing and poring over your collective knowledge of the arcane. You don't necessarily get like a definitive trail or a direction to follow, as it's not necessarily how magic works. But you do feel a pulling sensation in a certain direction, and you kind of latch on to that and take the caravan with you as you travel. And over the next few days, seemingly this path that you travel is fairly uneventful. It actually goes fairly straight without any dangers. You don't encounter any problems for the most part, and by the time you kind of lose that feeling, more like a gut feeling, you've made a fair bit of progress, and from what you can tell by looking at the stars at night, you have traveled a fair distance over 3 or 4 days. Success by sheer luck.
By
No,
sheer
it's all
dumb
by
luck,
luck. It's dice rolls.
which is also dumb luck.
With modifiers.
Yeah. Dumb luck with modifiers.
Yeah. So
So that's a success.
that's a success. Yes,
We need-
that is.
2 more to then get to
Rah.
the next section, right? Roughly.
Not 2 more.
Oh.
I'm
Several.
not gonna give you the
a number
exact
more.
numbers.
A number more.
A number more. Yeah.
A number.
A number. Welcome back.
99 successes more required.
So, what's your next roll? And make sure whoever's managing the food of this, you're mark off 2 more pounds of food as you've been eating
Oh,
and going.
have you remembered my ability? I think I have an ability for this, don't I?
You do, but unfortunately, you're in the middle of a
Okay,
large
that's
desert.
fair.
Yeah.
But there's
We're in the
still
middle of a
life. There's still life.
There
in
is,
deserts.
but you don't necessarily know where it is because you would have. It does specifically state out where it makes sense for your character, and it doesn't where possible. And I'm going to say you don't spend a lot of time in the central deserts of the Grey Wastes.
I don't think anybody really spent a lot of time in the center.
Not a lot, no. There's a reason it's.
Okay,
It's
Like
no,
walking in the middle of nowhere on Tatooine. Like,
yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's
Welcome to
except,
shades.
except for that one
To-
guy in
to-
Tatooine
to-
who hunts Starlax.
To clarify, you are correct in that it's the middle of the desert, so it wouldn't assist. You're wrong in your reasoning for it, because its exact wording is you can find food and fresh water for yourself, provided that the land offers very small game water or so forth. Not because I am unfamiliar with the territory. That's separate. It's just as long as the land offers that up. So you're
Oh,
correct
okay.
in that we're not going to find food, but you're
Stand
incorrect in trying to say that it's because I don't know the place.
I stand corrected, but still. that
You
is-
said correct, actually.
What? No, I stand. Either
You're
way, it
sitting
works
down
out.
and you're correct.
Either way, it's that picture.
That is correct, but I
Somehow you
don't-
used the wrong equation, but got the right answer.
Yeah, I just don't want a situation in the future where we're in unfamiliar territory that's like littered with berries, but I don't know where they are.
You're like,
I
I don't know if
well,
these
I-
are edible or not.
If that is the case, though, I might still make you check to see if they're poisoned.
Okay, no. All right, I was just putting an example out.
No, I get it though. But no, you guys got a shitload of food and water before
Yeah.
you left.
Oh, that's good.
yeah.
yeah.
I was sort of
think,
like, yeah, we need to like buy
I
it.
think Sesh like used the. I think Mikey poured through the trade goods section to buy like bulk
Yep.
pounds worth of food and
bulk
stuff.
pounds
so-
worth of pig and beef.
Yeah, you just
basically.
went to a butcher's and got like I don't know how many pounds.
Give me a
of beef.
half a cow and a full pig,
Yeah.
and give me all the
So,
slices.
I
Let's go.
hope you know how to preserve it.
Yep.
yeah, we already have.
We have the
Um,
salt pack.
we salt
You
barreled
bought like
it.
20 pounds of salt or something like that. and-
No, we used
Ooh,
magic salt.
Oh right, no, yeah, you also have a bag that you got from the hag, one of the hags that automatically that once you
Infinite
put
soup.
something in it, it just well, it's
got
not
100
infinite,
uses,
it's
I
100 uses, but if you put it in there, it comes out salted and preserved. So
Fantastic.
thing.
I've got a,
We're-
I've got a
we're-
magic
we're
salt bag.
Plus, you've got
Yeah.
someone who could just create water out of thin air. Great.
Yeah, there's that
Yeah.
too.
But yeah, you've gone through another bout, and it's come to the point where Mog's not getting the gut feeling anymore, and so you stand at a crossroads. Not really, you stand in the middle of a desert.
Just, who put this cross-
It's a crossroad for 30
amazing.
feet in every direction, but it
And-
ends.
No,
What
I
the
like the
fuck?
idea it's just a sand dune, but it's got a crossroad like signpost in it. It
And-
just says sand, more sand.
And the random bar club, just because
Yeah.
random.
There's
shit
just a
club.
convenience store on the corner
With
with
guy
like
at the
some...
outside. We got all kinds of pie.
So
Anyone gets a reference, bonus points to you.
Yeah.
So who wants to take the reins for the next check?
Only if I can bless them.
He's been off a week, guys. He's got to get the puns in.
Yep. I could do medicine or survival, or I could give Ustinia advantage in survival.
Mhm. It's up to you guys how you want to go about it.
What do you think, Utari?
Hey.
Would you like to make
Yeah.
a roll?
Yeah.
So you can roll your survival at advantage, and I'll also guidance you. So add a d4 to your.
All right.
Okay, so had.
Press
So-
the little ADV button at the bottom left next to your modifier, and then roll the dice, and then just roll add the d4 at the end.
Wait, no, I've done that wrong. Adding. How do I add a d4?
You just roll it afterwards.
You don't just roll and then throw one afterwards.
Yeah.
So,
Because Fantasy Grounds is good, but it's not that good.
that didn't
Oh, nice.
Wait,
And now add your
Daddy
d4.
20!
Now add your d4 just to see if we can get a 4. Oh, close. 26.
Survival, though.
Nice.
That's real decent.
20s?
Well
That's
done.
it.
Well done.
Dirty.
There's a bingo.
All right.
It's clean.
No, it's a clean 20. That's not
Oh
bad.
yes,
clean
that's
one.
right.
Yeah, it's a clean
Yeah.
one.
It's
That's a
pristine.
wholesome 20.
You could
That's a-
eat.
that's a
You could eat your
pristine,
dinner off that 20. It's so
clean
clean.
20.
It's a
Yeah.
clean 20.
Sparkling 20.
Moisturized 20.
Okay, please stop.
I thought for a
This
second
is
that was going to be really
worrying me
bad.
now.
I thought you were about ready to say that's a moist 20.
Moist.
Oh, that's what that 20 makes me.
Okay.
Oh,
How
so,
to freak out with
Ustenia
the
takes
party.
the reins. Yeah,
So
how-
Isaac
how to
takes
get
like
demonetized.
75 points of damage, right?
So,
Yes.
Uh,
Yes, dear God, yes.
Ustenia, you begin trying to make up for a previous failure, and you catch kind of a smell on the wind. It's hard to describe. It's an
You turn
alkaline
around and
smell.
realise it was Sesh.
Hey, I bathed. Or
And
you.
you start following that and start leading the group. And as you keep going over a few days, the smell gets stronger and stronger, and you start noticing the ground becoming less barren and covered with dust, and then start seeing actual sand. And by the time you by the time you start seeing, you realize the smell you picked up on was the smell of the gray sands of the central desert, as you have now, through that natural 20, led the party through the outer desert, and you have reached the central deserts now, the region of the central deserts, and led them through the transitionary area even. And it actually didn't take you that long. You pretty much took a direct route and avoided most issues. So you only spent about 2 days on that.
Wow, we spent like a month getting from the outer to the inner desert.
Oh no! I mean, the outer desert. You still spent like a week and a half here, or more than that. It was a lot. You spent 2 days in that check period going by, and were able to make some decent distance up because you basically single-minded it right through. and didn't take any weaving paths or anything. So that was.
Well done,
It's
Atari.
okay. I figured it out now. I know where I'm going now. The sand
Well
had
done.
me confused.
Why do you sound like Kirk?
It's inevitable that we will get to the inner desert.
Now again in Ustinia.
I'm losing my command.
Bingo! Somebody just.
Spock.
Bingo! Somebody does a Ustinia impression.
It's not every time. There's like 50 different things I can do.
Yep.
And that isn't one of them this week.
Oh.
Spock.
Actually, the better one. The better one would be Spock would be Ustenia doing a Spock. Just layer that shit.
Oh, God. Just give them all really terrible generic Eastern European accents.
Well, hey, Pavel's pretty easy then.
Oh yeah, no, he needs to change from an Eastern European to something else.
He
My
needs to
name
change
is
to it.
Pavel Chekhov.
Yeah.
Guy.
Going an American. Yeah, he needs to.
Hi, my name is Pavel. How to do?
Yep. Howdy, folks.
They have nuclear vessels.
Wessels.
No, that's
Vessel.
the joke. That's the joke.
Hi,
damn
we've got Wessels.
So, if you missed that, Midge, because you got up without warning.
I know, sorry. But-
Yeah, natural 20 got you through the outer deserts. You have now reached
wow.
the central deserts.
Nice.
Good job, Derek.
We were
The
already in
Rocky-
the Central Desert.
No, you were in the outer deserts.
What were we in before then?
You were in the border region.
Outer desert.
It's
Oh,
because
okay.
border region, outer desert, central desert.
Okay.
So,
Think of an onion.
yeah.
Layers.
Layers.
It's an
The
ogre.
rocky ground gives way to shifting gray sand. The further you walk, slowly you rise up onto built-up dunes. Winds now have nothing stopping them, and with them carry sand. The heat is just below unbearable during the day, and during the night, ice would sometimes form on your eyelashes as you sleep.
Don't have any of those.
So it's chilly then.
It's a bit
Oh, yeah,
hippie
but-
out.
No, is it like south of France cold, or is it Illinois cold?
You don't have a reference for
Is it
Okay,
Canada
here's that
cold?
Here's a question: is it Cardinal Empire cold?
it's a different kind. Because the thing about that is there's no insulation out here. So when the
I know
sun's
that.
gone,
I know that kind of cold. There is no shelter. It's scorching hot and it goes straight into freezing cold. No shelter or anything.
anybody
Any
who lives in
winds, they're gonna hit
Arizona
you.
or anything would know that, or are in the Sahara, or near the Sahara would probably know that. There's no insulation to keep heat into the ground. So when it's,
Sorry. Fuck off phone.
It's in your hand.
What
Yeah, I
are
know.
you doing on your phone during D&D?
I was
yeah,
Yeah, it's disgraceful. You're on
Hey,
your phone
bitch.
I
during
was
D&D.
cancelling off apps and they started playing stuff. I'm sorry.
Isaac, this is no time to have your speaking book teaching you of the creatures of this place.
yeah, guys, yeah, there's
Yeah,
a fight, guys.
disgraceful
Don't worry
behavior.
about it. Yeah.
Hey guys, check out this really cool
Snowden
tweet I
sent
just
me,
got.
sent me an answer message.
Oh, I forgot that I've just activated my NordVPN.
Oh no.
Speaking of NordVPN,
Right next to Dollar Shave Club.
Oh god, we're being attacked by Raid Shadow Legends.
Damn it! I was going to do that one next.
Raid Shadow Legends.
And Tunnel Bear.
All the
So-
advertisements just
It's all in one. All in one.
So,
No,
if you want to study geography and become like Ostinia, check out the Great Courses Plus.
God damn it!
You want to hear the Sleeping Giant story? It's not on Audible, so.
Yeah,
fuck.
fuck them.
Please don't. Amazon owns
Unless-
But
it.
if you want to
unless
listen to
you
the
pay
book
us.
where I stole this story, it's on there.
I mean, unless you want to pay us, in which case, yeah, we're fine with it.
No,
Yeah,
no.
that's
Amazon do pay us. That they own Twitch.
Oh, fair. Yeah, that's true.
They
Yeah.
pay you. I don't make any money.
Yeah,
off
they
it.
want to. They
So-
have to pay me, you know. So don't.
Yeah. So you are now in the Central Deserts, or you've just now entered the Central Deserts. It's been quite a long time since you set out, and you are almost there.
Yay!
Not only that, but Isaac, you picked up a map. Now, it's not a map of a very large area and wouldn't be useful for general navigation, but it gives you a basis so that you can somewhat guide the group, or at least figure out whether or not you're going in the right direction. Meaning the DC is now actually less here than it was in a previous area.
And
'cause
considering the
of
fact that DC was like freaking stupid in the last few areas.
We sailed
So
past.
level
It was miraculous.
Yes, it was yeah, that word I can't say.
That one.
Miraculous.
I mean, no, we just rolled quite badly, to be fair.
That's also true. We did also roll pretty bad.
That is, yeah, that's pretty true. So, who wants to take the reins for the next check? Can't use survival this time unless you want the DC to go up.
Okay.
I think we should do a general checkup on the crew. I think we should do a
Can-
medicine here. Now we've got
Okay.
into this area.
Yeah. I mean,
Does anyone-
can anyone assist
proficient?
you?
Anyone
Has
Has
proficient in
anyone
medicine
got
other than me?
medicine? I don't.
Other than me?
No.
Wow. Huh. I'm the only person in this group with medical training.
Yes, we knew that.
Yes.
Why do you think we let you join?
Had it.
Yeah. I mean, R1 had everything. He was a jack of all trades. It was Bard. He had jack of all trades.
It is true.
I could cast a spell on myself and give myself advantage on it.
Yeah, do
Where
it.
is it? Enhanceability. Yeah, I could cast enhanceability, give myself advantage on wisdom saves, wisdom spell abilities, and then cast guidance on myself as well, because guidance is a concentration spell. While I don't think enhanceability is. Yes, it is actually.
It is. Yeah, you'd have to make a choice.
Mm,
Advantage or a 1d4 extra.
I mean, I have a +8, so I think advantage is a better idea. Just to
Yeah,
put it out
Probably.
there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I cast I think it's Owl's Grace or something like that, or Owl's Wisdom, something like that.
something
The
like that.
specific one out of enhanceability, and give myself advantage on wisdom throws. So
Okay,
there
so advantage
you
on-
go.
on your medical.
Prayers. Oh, cool. That's pretty okay.
Okay. 22. All right. So as you, instead of leading the group, kind of let Isaac and the rest just travel along using the map and general knowledge of like compass bearing to go in the direction you want to go. But you take the time every time anybody stops, or there's a hydration stop, or when you set up for the night. You go around just checking on everyone, making sure everybody's doing all right, making sure people's feet aren't doing too badly. General bumps, scrapes are being cared for. Make sure everybody's getting enough food and water, keeping their health in good order as best you can in this environment. It's difficult. The heat and the cold are both in abundance, but take their toll on people and the horse. Especially the lack of shelter, and also the lack of fairly solid ground. The sands are deep and very difficult to walk on. In fact, precarious. Even traverse with the wagon. Sometimes have to go roundabout ways trying to go over a dune because of the way the wagon kind of moves. It also means tents are not able to be put up. People have taken to sleeping on the wagons. That has its own health issues with back pain, etc. But you help people through it as best you can for the next couple of days, taking special care, trying to make sure everybody is doing all right, including the rest of the party during the. But that was a success, and you did make some distance since you weren't actively helping the individuals navigate. They have a speed that was moderate, but didn't slow it. Nobody got slowed down because of a problem with their health or anything like or malnourishment or dehydration. But water intake and food intake has gone up since you got in here, so mark down another 2 pounds of food off of the stack.
Okay.
And how much water are you setting aside to make every
day? Are we going through a full barrel every day?
7 people there, 5. What did we say the barrels were? 40 gallons?
30 gallons? 40 gallons? I'll check. I have
30
one.
or 35.
30,
Yeah,
gallons.
40.
30 gallon.
Every
Okay.
one of your troop has a horse, plus 2 more.
Yep.
Oh,
Did
we'd
you
go
buy
for
extra-
about easily a day in that case,
Yeah.
especially in the desert.
And did you also get 2 extra horses for the wagons, or are you just using your own? I
It's
forgot.
an extra. It's a no. I bought a war horse and I put my old draft horse on a wagon. So
And then Mog's horse was on.
yeah.
No,
Okay,
Mog's horse
so
is
extra
tied up because it's a riding horse.
Oh, that's
not
it,
a
yeah.
draft.
Okay, so you got 2 horses for the wagon train. Because you have, by the way, it's saying there's 2 wagons. So that means 2 horses. Those 2 horses plus 5 plus 2 more for the ones that they brought. So you're looking at 8 horses total that you've got
Yeah,
with you,
7 people.
plus
And 12 people.
plus 12 people. Yeah, you'd be going through probably more than the barrel. Actually, you're looking at
Yeah.
maybe a
Make-
barrel and a half a day.
I can make that pretty easily every day with a level.
That'd
eight
be
spell.
60
you
gallons.
you can technically make.
As many gallons.
Yeah,
as you
technically
have
I
spell
could
slots.
make
Yeah.
10, 30, 40, 50, 60, 40, 60, 80, 100, 130, 160, 190, 230, 270 gallons of water a day.
If you used all of your spells.
If I
to
use all
just
my spells
create water.
making water, yeah.
Okay.
So just assume that I fill up.
It's
I fill up
gotten
both of the
more.
barrels.
It's gotten more since you entered, but it hasn't overtaken you. You're using probably about grand total with all the horses and everything a full day. Everybody keeping hydrated. You're going through a barrel and a half a day. You're going through about 60 gallons of water just a day, just keeping everybody and also various camp tasks, cleaning, and though the other Cahill has is all taken. She doesn't use water to wash her dishes anymore. She uses sand to clear, like dry dish and sand to clear it off, which is an actual thing when you're out in the desert. That is a method of cleaning your dishes.
I assume Sash would do the same thing. She's from the desert.
Yeah. But you made it through, and that was a success for the central desert. Not a success that got you too much further than you would have normally, but you didn't slow anybody down, and there was no negative. So
Okay, can I use investigation plus my map and my cartography skills to use
try,
the
yep.
landmarks that I've been given and I've got on my maps to try and navigate where we are?
I can
Have a
give you
guidance as well.
advantage.
I have
Any
advantage in guidance. Cool. Let's
you
hope
can
it's-
try.
Okay, plus a d4.
16 plus
17.
1, 17.
Yay.
Okay. Midge. High or low?
God.
Hi.
Okay.
Don't say okay.
I just did. I did, rival.
Oh dear. And I thought
So
the
you begin
DC was
traveling.
lower in these areas. Yeah. Good.
We're all gonna
so you
die.
begin traveling. Yeah, it was lower. From its
Yeah,
what it was
1
originally.
or 2.
Which was 20 originally. So.
Well, no. Each of the areas has different DCs as it gets.
Oh no.
harder,
Okay.
And then you started going down and up is the thing.
I need to stop being the one that
Rolling.
inputs into these checks. Yeah, because
No, it's great.
no, it's
So,
not. It's really not.
yeah, no, it's good. It's fine. You're fine. So you are helping the wagon train. You're, because of the effort you're putting into your map and trying to guide people, for this day you chose to not go on your horse. You're in the wagon, on the like next to I think Sesh was doing the driving or
No, Mog
something
is.
on the first one. Mog's first wagon, Mog.
Mog's
But
driving
you're
Fair's wagon.
okay. Yeah, you're off the You're off your horse. Horse is tied to the wagon and following behind, and you're helping guide as you think you spot a landmark off in the distance that may correspond with the map. And in the ensuing drive to try and get to that landmark, which will then help you get to other landmarks on the map, you take a path that takes you over some very uneven dunes in the sand, and unable to go in any other direction, you begin a precarious wagon crossing of the dunes, trying to slowly bring them up, and then over and up, and then over without anything going wrong. During first one goes well, second one goes well, but on the third ascent, you all feel it. Mog, Isaac, you both feel it. The wagon gets a little bit near the summit of this dune, and then you feel a slip, but not as if the reins or the connections to the horse slipped. It's an uneven one, like one of the wheels now has lost its grip, and it's starting to be asymmetrically drawn in one direction as the weight now is pulled in an uneven way on the horse, and it rears back neighing, and that just makes it worse, and the wagon slips and starts going down the dune 20, 30, 40 feet down. What was originally sliding starts losing its balance as the food and water that was loaded on top tip it, and it starts falling down. I need everyone who would be riding the wagon, so that would just be Mog and Isaac, to make a dexterity saving throw.
Mitch.
Could I before then do something?
This is happening like
Yeah, I
In-
have
in
a
a split
reaction
second.
spell.
you may try.
Okay, so I'm gonna use No, okay, don't worry. I've got my spells confused. Continue. So yeah, dexterity saving throw.
Yay.
Dexterity saving throw.
I picked up the wrong spell.
Oh. I'm
A
dead.
Mog with a 6.
Oh. Where's the
I might be
saves?
dead.
You're not dead.
Yeah, so am I.
Oh.
And Isaac with a
because
5.
Okay.
I'm also
Ew.
going to need. I need to actually look it up. What is a horse's save?
I think it's like a 1, I think, or
It's
2.
the same as me, I think, probably.
Yeah.
Draft horse is what you got pulling the wagon.
Yeah, I think it's like a 1 or 2, I think.
Yeah.
All right, 0 for
Oh.
Dex.
So it's the same as mine.
How is the
Hey.
horse better than us?
Horse with a 17.
The horse is the MVP.
Roll a d20, Midge, just for your horse that was lashed to the wagon.
My horse isn't latched to it.
It would,
Moogle's
if
is.
you're not riding it, it would
Moogle's
have
is.
to be. No, I'm saying your horse would be tied to the back as it was following, since you weren't riding it. That's how you would keep a horse together with the group.
I mean, okay, then.
Unless you had somebody
Moogles
else
has-
riding it.
The Moogles. Fuck off, Google. I said Google, not Google. Mog's
Google.
horse
Moogles will
is
be too.
always attached to
Mog's
this.
Mog's gonna have to do it as well.
Mog's gonna check too. They're
Okay.
both being pulled along. You can have multiple horses following a wagon.
Oh.
Oh, double free.
Double threes. Okay.
So the actual draft horse, the one that's actually pulling the thing, rolled the only thing above us.
Don't.
So,
Quite upsetting.
the
Can
wagon,
I just
the
point
wagon
out
goes.
I failed this on a 17. This was the check
Yeah.
that I failed apparently.
Yeah. I have it written down on the
The
check.
DC
so
got
this-
lower compared to
It
last
did get
time.
low. No, it got lower compared to what this
The last area.
was.
Yeah.
No, this area was. This area has its own DC, which you decrease
Because we have a map.
Yeah.
because you have a map. Would have been harder because that's how it progressively gets harder. But miraculously, the draft horse that was pulling the wagon, its connections to the wagon just snap, and it just kind of stays where it was, no longer pulling anything.
Wow, that got lighter all of a sudden.
Yeah, and the wagon starts going down. Let's just check here. Okay, everybody takes 7 points of damage from falling, including both horses. And
They've
the
got
horses,
like 10 HP.
20. If they're better than the draft horse has 9. So
Okay.
I think a riding horse has 13,
Mine's a draft horse, so.
and a war horse has 19. So, they're all fairly
Fine.
good. They're
Say,
good. They're
if you
hurt.
killed off a load of horses in one fell swoop, I don't think many people would be
Yes.
happy right now.
There's a possibility. But
Heal the horses! Get
as-
them!
as the wagon continues to fall and then settles at the bottom of the dune, let's see here. £8 of food are rendered unusable as it has been flung
Oh,
or crushed from the wagon, and
Not the food.
We have over 400 pounds of food. Still.
Yeah, which is good. Not to mention any rations we're all carrying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't used any of my rations yet.
That's true. Okay. And 12 gallons of water spill out of one of the barrels as
So, Roach, I want to ask you something quick about that 8 pounds of food. I have
Yeah.
purified food and drink.
no, this isn't. It's rendered unusable because of it's been crushed
Splatted.
or lost in the sand.
It's not just fallen on the sand. It's like, oh, it's a little bit of sand.
Flung
brush it off.
away.
No,
5-second
it's-
rule.
It's been splattered.
This is like an apple being crushed by a wagon, or like,
Oh,
or
fair
like,
enough.
where did this
There's
this
no
beef chuck
preserving
go?
this.
Like
Yeah.
it's just gone.
There's lots of vultures about to start swarming
It-
here.
it-
Just
it's,
like,
it-
oh,
it's not. It's not like
fair
eating
enough.
chips at the beach.
fair enough.
I
fair
do
enough.
have
Just
a
brush it off. It's good to go.
pertinent
It's good.
question.
It's fine, guys. Just extra great. It's fine.
I do have a pertinent
Jared.
question.
What's that?
Is the wagon damaged?
I just rolled that. So the wagon does take damage, but I did check what the wagon's HP equivalent would be, and it did not destroy it. Though you do see it when it settles and you kind of like push it back over onto its wheels and you start getting things back together. You do notice that it kind of, whereas it was pretty solid before, now it does that thing where, like, if you push it a little bit, like, even though all the wheels are attached and everything, there's a little looseness, and it goes side to side just a little bit more. Like, as if the
You already
axle's
have
now
the
just
mending
a tiny bit
cantrip.
looser.
I have mending, so I'm gonna fix that, and I'm gonna fix the reins, and the harness that broke. So I'm gonna just
Okay, so you spend
go
some
around
time.
a couple of cantrips.
Wow.
I'm just gonna
And
use,
every bit
um,
of wood.
I'm gonna check the yeah. You should probably check the
bearings.
barrel of water as well, because like that might have been damaged, which is why it probably spilled.
Yeah,
I'm
there's a
on-
little crack in it, and you can
Yeah,
just
just fix that.
Fix
I'm
that.
gonna cast mass healing word. 6
Not the
creatures of your
horse.
choice. So
all
both Mog and Isaac and the horses heal 1d4 plus my spell casting. I'll roll it for you just to
roll.
see.
Yeah, just please do.
Oh, I haven't adjusted it because I've never used it. Give me a second.
Wait, what is your modifier? 7.
It's 5, but it gets even better because it's a level 3 spell, so it's base of like 9. So it's 1d4 plus 9.
then it,
So
then you
we've
don't
all
need
got
to
some
roll
slash
it.
still
damage,
healed.
so
We
it's
only lost
fine.
7
Yeah.
damage.
I
Take
need
it off.
to go here and fix this real quick. Hold up a second.
But then so.
So yeah, you don't make a lot of time for the next 2 days because of that. You spend some time fixing everything, and then
And
finding
saying things
another
like,
way
don't
around.
ever let Isaac lead again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
finding a little other way around, and when you get there, it wasn't it wasn't what you thought it was, Isaac. It was just an oddly shaped rock formation, and it wasn't the one you were really thinking of. It doesn't seem to lead anywhere, and
Seriously,
Few days
never let
passed.
Isaac lead again.
Question.
Somebody else want this map?
Question.
yes,
How many? This is more for the pie. How many days worth of food have we got left?
We still have, let's see, 12, 20, 22, 415 pounds food.
So
How
we're
many
taking
pounds
2
of
pounds a
food have
day.
we? 2 pounds a day. So hold on. And how many did you say we had?
415 pounds. Plus the rations we have on us, plus I can create food, but we can't live on that for an extended period of time.
We've got
Okay, so we've
about
got
100
approximately 7 months worth of. That's fine.
Yeah.
We've got
Yes.
loads of.
we
food.
over prepared for
I'm
this.
just. I
well,
was
remember,
just worried about
this
the
isn't
return
just the
journey.
5 of you. Remember, this isn't just the 5 of you. This is the 7
yeah.
Yeah.
mercenaries you have with you. Just
Plus
for
the
calculation.
horses as well. The horses have feed.
Is that pound included in the horses? Food?
We've got
Or the-
horse
We've
feed
got
for them.
Yeah, we got
we've
fodder
got
for
separate food for horses.
Yeah, we got separate feed for the horses.
Okay.
I think we have. You see, I have it in my notes here. We have. Well, we have like 400 gold pieces worth of horse feed
Yeah, it's a ridiculous amount.
Yeah, we over prepared.
because we thought it'd be needed because we didn't know how long this would take.
We took Rival's
Well-
idea of how to do Kerbal Space Program and over-engineered.
No, we didn't over-engineer. We oversupplied, which is never a bad.
Exactly.
To be fair,
I
I
have
think
more Delta
you
V than I'm ever going to need.
over-prepared.
It's Mama Red at
You
Christmas.
over-prepared in terms of food, but you under-prepared in mental, like, oh, this is going to be like a month instead of this is going to take
No,
2 or 3
that's what you.
months to
This
get
is
there.
how long you told us it was gonna take.
You did.
I don't know. Some of you see.
you
Sesh
were telling
checks
us how long
everybody.
it was gonna take.
It would take us about a month.
Sesh
And then,
checks
and then we
everybody
get here, it's
after-
like, actually, gonna take you 4 months.
Sesh checks
changed
everybody,
my
make sure
mind.
everybody's okay, and then checks the horses and all that.
Yep. And yeah, not a lot of progress those 2 days, and that was not a success. So, who wants to take the reins for the next leg of the journey?
I'll do it. I'll go for nature if someone will give me advantage.
Yep. You can have guidance as well.
Thank you very much.
Oh,
That's
you
one.
only
Didn't
rolled
click
once, roll again.
advantage. Okay.
Better. Now
No, okay.
roll your d4. Hey, 24.
24.
24.
24, okay. All right. Rivallon, using the same methods he used in all of the previous times that he has taken the reins for this journey, uses his intuitive nature skills and finds a not necessarily direct, but a winding path along the avenue you want to try and go towards. So it's a lot of twists and turns, avoiding the dunes as much as possible for the wagon's sake. And yeah, you actually go fairly far for the next 4 days. And yeah, Mike, you should just be marking off like 2 pounds a day whenever I
Okay.
say
So
anything.
4 days.
That's-
So that's first.
yeah.
Sorry.
Just in general, anytime I mention a day passing, just mark
Yeah.
down 2. That way it just works.
Mhm.
But yeah, you make actually a fairly good amount of progress. In fact, although it doesn't turn out to be true, Isaac, you do see like some similarities for like a day or 2 on the map, but it looks like you're getting in the area of where the map's like the biome of the map. You're not where it's actually at, but you can notice similarities in like the layout or the kind of like the makeup of the ground is getting somewhat similar. Whereas before it was like, some dunes and it was more rolling sands. Now you're starting to get into like basically the Sahara kind of territory. Again, this is all gray sand as well. It's very just-
Moon Sahara.
it just kind of draws out to, well, think like grayness of the moon, Sahara sands, but it's just bright blue skies as far as you can see with no clouds almost
Pretty.
any day.
Someone's desaturated the Sahara.
Mhm.
Kind of.
Someone took a black and white picture of the Sahara.
I'm sorry, but Greatness of the Moon sounds like a lounge song or something like that.
Yeah. Or like a
So-
really, really weird, like,
Your
alt rock
spirit
band.
reminds me of the greatest
This is
of
the Sleeping Giants Jazz 5.
All
All right,
DJ
cats,
Rival,
let's
bringing
kick
you
it.
the Sleeping Giants Love Connection.
In fact, during one of the days, actually, you see the your group of mercenaries at during the night, all having a little bit more of a kind of post-day get-together than they have before. Usually, it's just like, okay, we're done. I'm going to bed. And the others get on watch. But there's a little bit more of talking and everything. A bottle of some sort is passed around, you can see, in the group. And you all remember, it's winter solstice tonight. You have reached that part of the year. And it definitely feels like it. At least here, very
fucking
much
cold.
so. Yeah. It's fucking cold. The funny thing is, even during the day, like when you go into the shadows and stuff like that, you can notice noticeable difference in heat.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have been out here so long. It is the winter solstice, and actually next week is the Festival of Spirit.
So I will
Christmas.
pull some of the firewood out of the back of the cart and start a fire, like a pretty decently sized fire for everyone to sit around and enjoy some beverages.
Oh yeah, we bought loads and loads of firewood as well.
Yeah.
Who's did you?
Yeah.
Just a lot of supplies. Okay,
Yep.
got it.
There's a lot of shit in general.
Oh right, I forgot about that. Hold on. That was the thing, but I thought that was a different wagon. Yeah, how much of that was firewood? Because technically, I had a thing for two. It was 2d8 objects would be damaged or gone. That so you lost 6 firewood. I'm gonna say like 6 pounds of firewood. Just kind of was either lost in the sands or just like splintered and not usable.
Kindling!
You can-
That'd be kindling!
Yeah, you
That'd
could
be
use it as
kindling.
kindling if you wanted to.
Yeah.
But
Ah,
direct firewood. Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom.
But yeah, no, everybody when they see that, because technically, like the last couple of since you got here in the Central Desert, it's been mostly fires.
Mhm.
Not like big warming fires, just kind of cook fires to keep everything and save supplies. But they all kind of gather around, and you see everybody passing around a bottle of some sort of amber liquid that has a very not pleasant taste, but strong taste to it.
I'll drink it.
if you partake.
I partake.
But-
Sesh, could you cast sending on me, please? I want to say.
Boop.
Thank you.
Boop. That's it.
Yeah. I just
Boop.
need a boop.
You can't-
I just need a boop.
You don't. I just want to point out you can't
What's
cast
pressing you?
sending. You can't cast sending on somebody. You cast
No.
sending.
You
And
cast it
you-
yourself and have to do the talk. You do
you
want
do
the sending
talking,
stone.
which is
I
definitely
thought-
fully
Sesh has
charged.
cast sending on people before.
No,
No,
hasn't.
she can
She's
only
done
cast
no.
it herself. Everyone
No,
else
no.
has used the stone.
We've got the stone.
Can I have the stone, please?
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah,
here you
there
go.
you go. Ha,
Thanks.
there you go.
Just don't
I
be
feel
on it
boober.
too long. We don't want to have roaming charge.
Yeah. I do still boop
Ooh,
Mog. because it's
Roman
adorable.
charges.
She's just
Yeah.
saying.
You need to
"Hi,
get
Mum,
to the
happy
top of
winter
the dune
solstice."
for a good signal.
Yeah, I need to go to the top of one of the nearby dunes.
What was
for
that?
sig-
What was that? Red?
Hi, Mum. Happy winter solstice. Still travelling. Talk soon.
Actually, I'll do
That's
the
not
same
even
with my mom.
25 words.
and Dad.
That's what you wanted to say.
Okay.
Don't need to do that one.
Yeah, you. Hold on. a
Huggles
second.
to Snuffy. Don't forget.
I don't really have a. I don't have a write up for your mother, so I'm just gonna kind of go off of. I'm just gonna make something up.
She's a mum.
She's a mummy.
Yeah. It depends on what kind of mom. Okay, she's that kind of mom for.
My kind of mom,
All right.
which means you go,
So,
hey
yeah,
mom, how you
like,
doing?
it
Happy
takes
winter
a-
solstice, and then she sends back a, like a
takes a-
16-page email.
It takes like a minute or two longer than you'd think to get the reply, and you're about ready to give the sending stone over to Sesh when you hear like a oh, it's so nice to hear you, honey. And it's very
She's
much yeah. She's maybe two bottles in or maybe a couple glasses
Sweet.
in. Yeah, it's probably the
Sounds
holiday
about right.
party that they usually throw, and It kind same thing. Happy to hear from you. Call more. And it's kind of a reply. Definitely. You've
Piss
seen it.
drunk.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
my
do the
mom.
same with my parents. Actually, now you mentioned that, I cast sending on myself twice and send a message to my mom, and it's just simply happy solstice, love you guys, hopefully see you soon, sort of thing.
Okay, it's kind of a
Just
weird
pass the
thing,
bottle
'cause
here.
you-
If my mum's drunk, I may as well be.
Yeah. It's kind of a weird thing.
Join
you contact your mother. She's very happy. Oh, it's very nice to hear from you. I hope you're doing fine. Happy winter solstice. I hope to see you soon. That kind of thing. And then you immediately contact your dad and goes, yes, I was right next to your mother. Hello.
Well, she's like a few gulps of liquid deep, so
Yeah. No. But it's it's just kind of like general Happy Christmas or Merry Christmas
Yeah.
kind of thing
Yeah.
like going
It's a
on. Which
texting
technically
process.
this isn't the Christmas of that'd be the Festival of Spirits next week, but it's an early thing. People still celebrate it. But yeah, it's just generally nice. And now the Sending Stone is out of charges because it only has 3.
I cast sending
so-
on myself. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay, then the Sending Stone still has 2 charges. But yeah, just generally, unless you all choose not to, you can kind of just have a nice night with your employees who quite literally have nowhere else to go because they're stuck in the middle of a hostile environment.
I'll be on
Like, well, this
guard
is a
duty.
shitty winter
Um,
solstice.
Given the winter solstice and stuff like that, I think it's an appropriate time for my character to attempt to commune with his ancestors. At least try
Okay.
and find one of them to have a chin with.
And they turn
Alright,
up and
do you
say,
do this
"What
with
the
other-
frig are you doing in the middle of the desert, you muppet, at night?"
If you
It is not a good hunting area. What are you doing?
What? How are you going to
Can't
catch
even
the
play
horse
bowling
here?
there.
These plains are very hostile to horses. What are you even thinking, man?
And you can't even play bowling there, cousin.
so a question so I can
That's got to
gauge
be on the list. That's got to be on the list.
It's not on this list.
Oh, damn it!
a question
Hey, cousin.
to work out
That
how
was on the list.
a question to work out like how the DC is going to be affected here. Do you do this like around the fire with other people, or do you go off on your own?
I kind of go for a little while off on my own.
Okay, like immediate, like maybe like 10 feet away from the fire. It's just
Yeah.
it's just got that below
gets you
freezing
better.
temperatures as you go away
Yeah.
from the fire just immediately. And by the way, I haven't really iterated on this. The wind never stops now. It's just not like super annoying. It's just constant. Like you usually camp like in between 2 dunes because there's a little bit of help there, but it's just like constant, just like all day. But Ustenia, you go off on your own. Do you want to like specifically like try and make a religion check to commune, or are you just generally like given like your like prayers and or talking with your ancestors?
Why not? Let's give it a try with religion. Even if I fail it, at the end of the day, he's at least passed his wishes on. If someone doesn't answer back, someone doesn't answer back.
Let's give it a good old college try.
Yeah.
Trade school try.
5.
Definitely a trade school try.
Hey, now people go to trade school, make a lot more money on average.
Yeah. I've
That's
earned
the
more
irony
doing
of it.
scaffolding
scaffolding than I did in an office.
It's very
Hell,
true. Yeah.
Hell, I was about right. I'm trying to find a link to it because one of my cousins welds. He knows how to weld, but he's out of work, and I was about right. I'm sending him the fact that SpaceX is hiring welders for their Starship construction down in Boca Chica. Just anybody. They'll take anybody. They want to have 3,000 employees down there working constantly, so they'll pay you a shitload for it. Tip for anybody looking knows how to weld and looking for a job. Yeah, you offer your thanks for the year. What do you do? Like how? Like it's not it's not like you're a crappy at prayer. It's just you're not making a connection. Like what does Ustenia do?
He'd send his wishes to his ancestors that they you know, having enjoyed themselves in the fields of the afterlife, which Ustinia knows exists. He's been there.
Yeah.
Can't really be an atheist in this world, can you?
Yeah. But yeah, he offers, you know, his best wishes and thanks for the year and for the ancestors watching over him, and especially gives, you know, remarks because he hasn't had the opportunity yet. But he's also like, you know, just saying hello to his dad and saying how proud he is that little brother managed to become the chieftain and uphold the father's name, and thanking him for his advice that he gave earlier, or at least what Ustinia fervently believes is his dad having given him advice to follow his own dreams. So yeah, just wholesome stuff like that.
Okay. You do so. It is cold as fuck, and after you kind of make that connection and you like kind of come back to the now, you're like, I can't feel my fingers, and you start heading back to the fire.
Shit.
uh,
I offer him
But
the bottle of amber liquid because he's probably fucking cold here.
No,
Yeah.
don't do that.
Oh, needed.
No, don't
No.
get meta.
No, don't do it.
and when I
Don't
say
let him drink
bottle,
it.
like this isn't like a whiskey bottle. This is like a communal, like this is like a big thing. They
I don't
probably pass
care
themselves.
how
It's like the
big
rum
it
ration.
is.
It's like a rum ration. It's like
Yeah, yeah, and they, but yeah, the night goes by. You know, everybody kind of after maybe an hour of this, and the fire dies down a little bit. Everybody's just like, I'm gonna go to bed. And I'm gonna go to bed. Or I got watching like watching an hour. You know, just kind of everybody kind of goes about and settles in how they would normally.
Isaac doesn't sleep.
You don't sleep at all.
Nope.
What do you do during the night?
Isaac is gonna essentially ritually pray the entire night, and also like study the maps, keep going over all the information that they've got about Zagul, about Liban, about like everything, and just kind of overthink everything. But he's not gonna sleep.
Okay, I'm gonna force this. Make a religion check. That's your next survival.
Okay.
That's your next travel check.
I'll give him advantage on
My
it.
next travel check.
Yeah.
Well,
it's
I
a
wasn't doing
religion
it for
check.
travel reasons.
Doesn't
I was
matter.
just doing it for that night. Okay. Oh.
You can,
Doesn't matter.
you
I'm
can have
forced
advantage
this.
on it if Roach will let me
No,
give you advantage.
no,
on
no,
the
no.
travel.
He said he was
Because he's
he's
staying up
doing
all
this
night to do
all
it.
night. He's staying all night. He's trying to focus. He's doing this.
And he doesn't. You don't even get guidance for
Well,
this.
he's not really doing it in terms of the. Okay.
You're stuck. Do it.
Don't worry, I have a
Okay.
plan.
I'm
I
so.
have a plan.
Okay.
You have to go with it.
You have to go with it.
Oh, I was almost at 20. 6.
Seriously, Midge.
I
That rolled
wasn't
from
trying
a
to do
20.
this for this reason.
I don't care. Religion's one of your things.
Because I can't roll.
That was on the
2.
20, and then it clicked over to a 2, and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's a 2 plus 4, which is a 6 for our listeners. You know, when you're listening to this in 2022.
Yes.
Eventually.
Ernie will be near his second term of presidency by the time this comes out.
So in
This is gonna
12
be
years.
used as a time. This will be used as a time capsule for just re-looking back at cultural happenings throughout the years 2019 through 20.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We'll have started Sleeping Giants 3 by the time this comes out.
Oh, jeez.
What are we talking about? We're
So-
starting Sleeping Giants 4 by then.
Yeah, probably.
No, it's the Revengeing.
Yeah, well, we don't do numbers.
And then we
'cause
got,
this is
and then we
Sleeping
also have the
Giants
prequel
Reborn, isn't it?
reboot that's
So
gonna come out at some
We got
point.
Sleeping
It's
Giant
the,
Revenge.
it's the
We've got,
reboot of the prequel.
yeah, which is
uh,
Sleeping Giants Rebirth.
Sleeping
And then when we get Vin Diesel to play with us, it becomes Sleeping Giants
Resurrection.
Reloaded.
No, Resurrection's the third one. That's how. That's true. That's true.
Rebirth. So we got Reborn, Rebirth, Resurrection.
They all mean the same
Remembered.
thing.
And then you've got
Revelations.
Sleeping Giants
Revelations.
5, which will actually be Living Dead.
and then
and then we got to do that softcore reboot where it's just Sleeping
which
Giant.
just Sleeping Giant. Yeah.
Sleeping
And then
Giant.
it's 1, 2, 3,
Repo.
4 after that. Yeah, it's good. Yeah. If any of you don't know, we're all movie buffs, and that was just us cathartically talking about horrible movie titles and franchises.
Fast and Furious.
Most of which include Vin Diesel.
I was thinking about Halloween. I was thinking of Halloween and Friday the 13th.
I was
Alien.
thinking Terminator myself, but there you go.
I was thinking the Chronicles of Riddick.
It speaks
and
volumes that we
Triple
weren't
X
thinking
and-
about, that we were all
Resident
thinking about a
Evil.
different franchise.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Completely weren't.
We are so dating this.
There's,
Aren't we?
there's probably,
Yeah, by the
there's
time
probably
it comes
somebody
out,
out there
people's
who's
going,
nodding their heads.
By the
Yeah.
time this comes out
There's-
on the podcast, there's going to be people going, "What the hell's Fast and Furious?"
What's
It
a
was not like
Resident
4
Evil?
years ago.
You know, there's probably somebody out there that was listening to that and thinking like, oh, they were nodding along and they were thinking about like the zombie franchise.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which is a
That
whole,
was you.
don't even
Like-
get into that, people. If you don't know it, count
Frozen
yourself
6.
lucky. Count yourself lucky if you don't know that. So, the next day,
Oh no.
Frozen 6.
The next-
Olaf's Revenge.
the next day, where's that dice? Okay.
The next day, we all kill Isaac for screwing up another roll.
I wasn't aiming for this to be a thingy check, so
Excuses.
Yes, that's all we're
no,
getting.
it wasn't. It's for other reasons.
Excuses.
The next
Because
day,
of what
in the
they
morning,
did.
Excuses.
the next morning when you all wake up and you begin your morning routine, getting like a little cook fire going to make some breakfast, and everybody kind of waking up and enjoying the twilight temperatures, which are a little bit more non-horrible compared to the rest of the day.
We realise that we're all warm because one of the wagons is on fire, and there's Midge just going, "I didn't know what I did. I'm sorry."
You encounter a problem when Sesh goes to open one of the barrels of water to get some water for cooking, and when you look down, there's a layer of ice on top of the water level like there normally is, and you crack it open, but instead of a crack crack plunk as it goes into the water, it's a crack crack as the ice hits an empty barrel.
I'll check
That's
the
it.
other barrel.
Look at another one, and it's empty. And you look now, you see underneath these barrels, you can see the bottom has worn away somehow. Some sand got in between the planks and started wearing away over the last couple of weeks. The water tightness of it. And you see, and also probably the wagon's toppling caused this. All but one of your barrels is empty of water at this point. So you were down to 40 gallons
Emergency.
total.
So I looked at Isaac. Hey, Isaac, can you fix these? We're gonna need them fixed.
Okay, yeah, I fixed the barrels.
And I filled them all up again.
Wow.
So the one barrel that wasn't empty was the one that I mended before. Like,
Morgas, Isaac, you look awful. Have you been up all night?
yes.
Is that a good idea given what we're doing and where we are?
It's tradition. I had to.
Sorry.
That's a nasty cough you've got there, Rivallon. You should see more, Sesh.
I just like the idea of Sesh just pulls out some vapor rub.
pulls out a thing of
You need to rub this on your feet, and then
I wasn't laughing at you. It's just as somebody who has insomnia on a semi-regular basis. That's just like, why are you still up? It's tradition.
Yes.
It's like my life. I feel that.
It's tradition.
Yeah.
The winter solstice being the night where there is the least light. As someone who follows the Sun Father, it is the night where we are the basically the least powerful, and it's where we have to try the hardest. So it was tradition for the temple and many others to take a vow et nocturna and not sleep.
Very well. You might be best off on one of the wagons, just trying to sleep through the day then.
I know I'll be fine.
Power through.
We're out of coffee though.
We are
He
out
then,
of coffee.
but I know I've still got tea that I've been hiding from
He's
people.
been out of coffee for 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, we have been out of coffee.
Yeah.
And this headache has
nightmare.
never gone away.
What level of cleric spell is create coffee?
It's a 9th level spell, I think.
Well, there are spells to create things. Like I think it was create
There'd be a level 6
material.
spell, I think. Yeah.
So
You need a druid to like grow the cocoa plants.
Oh yeah,
you
you
could grow the
can,
coffee
you could do
plant.
that. Yeah.
Oh my god, can you imagine like a magic barista? And so it's a hipster cleric. And,
Oh my god.
And a hipster druid is just like, oh, we grew all of this ourselves this morning. It's just like, there's this cleric's like, creates the tree, which the beans, and then carefully cuts the beans off. And then there's like, it's given to like a barbarian who grinds it. And then, the cleric creates the water and uses heat metal to boil the cup.
Just a magical.
I'm just imagining Justania
magic
like with like a
barista.
barista's uniform on, just
His name's the Machine.
pouring.
The grinder.
Oh yeah.
What
Cleve is just sitting next to.
All I get the image of is just
It
like a
just sounds
necromancer
like
showing
clips
up.
with it. It's like copier. Give this to Shredder.
This is our druid, Arivica.
Oh god. We're awful
Just-
people.
No, I can't get out of my head. There's just shows up. What this necromancer shows up, but they're just in line. Just
The
like I
cleric's
know it's
called
overpriced,
Ness.
but I can't get over it. I just love it.
It's just so good.
It wakes me up so I can wake the dead up.
Sip coffee. Goes to work.
Just town guards all coming in for their fresh coffee and donuts.
Yep. The cleric waves as the necromancer leaves. See you later,
So-
Carol.
So, the next few days are fairly uneventful as you travel onward, and for food purposes, that's for the next 2 days. Not much happens, just traveling along, and although it is more featureless than previously, as
Reminds me of my
you don't see any
soul.
major rock formations, just dunes. On the second day, though, you do encounter a weird sensation, as what seems to be the beginnings of a dust storm are kicking off. But by the time it picks up enough, it'll be well past you. But you can feel the static electricity in the air as the sand is brought up and rubs against each other in the upper atmosphere.
Can
And
I do
yeah,
Eldritch
basically anytime
Sight
you touch
make sure it's
metal.
natural?
I'm sorry, what?
Can I do Eldritch Sight and see if it's natural?
Eldritch Sight, like space or like distance
It's like-
limited?
It's detect magic, so it's basically detect magic.
Okay, within line of sight. You do so. You don't notice anything off in terms of like magic. This seems to be like a natural phenomenon, and it would actually be somewhat. You're kind of thankful that it's such early on, because if this like ramps up, you can see like light. You could very much see this happen. This like causing more problems if you had if you'd be around in a few days in this area as it started building. But yeah, you are just continuing on. Do we want? Who wants to make another check?
Will I make a perception check?
Sure.
I have advantage on it naturally.
Yeah, I'll give you advantage.
She already has it.
Yeah, I
Oh,
have
that's
an
true.
advantage naturally. So I'll just guidance myself.
Alright.
Oh my god.
Seth!
Oh no.
And the D4. Oh, that's minorly better. It's a 14 from a
Still
2.
going to be a fail though.
It's still
Yeah,
a
it's
fail.
14 from a
that
2
you're
though.
two. I hate that you're 2. Rolling a 2 is a 10.
Yeah, it's pretty
I
ridiculous.
wish. I wish that was the case.
I wish I had not rolled 2 2s. Is that fair to say?
We all wish that.
Sesh, you try helping and like get up kind of high on a dune, try and look for an easier path, something that can kind of increase your speed. And you notice an area that looks to be a slightly higher plateau off in the distance. That looks to be less covered in sand, a little bit more hard packed, and guide the group there. Find a way up a kind of gently rising kind of sand ramp up to the plateau, and actually does work. First day goes off without too much of a hitch, actually, and you make a fairly good amount of distance. And on the second day, as you go, one of the horses stops. And then they all stop. And you notice they're all skittish. And you look around and you see large, round kind of cutouts that look to be covered with rocks, like slabs.
Mm. Since I'm from the desert, and since what's her name?
Well, I haven't stopped yet. This is just the
He's also from the desert. Would
Yeah,
we know that?
you're all just looking around, and then there's probably about 8 of them. One of the rock faces flies up, covered in a white web, and you see 4 legs come out, grasping the side of a wagon as it tries pulling inward.
We can't be surprised, though.
Spidey
You can't be surprised. No,
Spidey mode!
no. You a split second before, and you all know.
Can I fire off an arrow at the same time?
No, you're scouting ahead.
Yeah, you were
'Cause
scouting.
You said
ahead.
you said you were a forward scout. This
Yes,
is
I
midway
did,
through.
but
This is the
they
troop wagon in the
stopped.
back.
You said that all the horses stopped.
He's on
Yes,
the horse.
they all stop. You're on a stop. Yes, you all
So I'm
stopped
here.
in line. Yeah, this is the back. The back sprung up. They
You said they
You
stopped
were in the
at
middle
them.
of a group
Like,
eight.
we found them and
No,
we
you were-
stopped.
no, you were in the middle of a group of them, and then the horses stop. Is what, that's what I said. Nobody's
He's
surprised.
changing the rules constantly. He's a real DM, isn't he?
No, he's not.
God. Uh,
That's
Fine.
fucking funny.
How about this? We go on break now then.
yeah, I was about ready to say we go on break because I need to preload the map just so you guys actually see it.
Cool.
Of course,
So
spiders.
we'll be back in 5 to 10 minutes, and so go get yourself some refreshments, and we'll see you soon.
Back. Fuckity
know.
1 second here.
Yeah.
Go over to the battle screen.
Ooh, we have that.
Oh, that thing. Oh my freaking god. And I love our wagons, Roach. Oh, why do these... Oh, no, I don't no, not fan.
Yeah, look,
Not
Isaac
fan
at
of
level
whatever
20.
that is.
Okay, who brought us down the middle of this?
Yeah, I mean, fair.
There's an entire faction in this that's basically just angel people. So
Oh, that's pretty cool. To be fair, I would so play that faction.
Yeah, they're like a mix of the Byzantine Empire like aesthetic and like
Not as cool.
classic angels. Their models are really nice.
oh, the models are pretty fucking.
I think they
And
have
they're
Jaguar
very-
cavalry.
Priced as well, I've noticed.
Yeah.
Very
Kings
yeah.
of War models are very, very reasonably priced.
Well, the best thing about
the
Kings of
quality-
War is that they have no requirement for model makers. Like, so that you can
like
play
this
with.
Kings of War, like the Kings of War Greater Fire Elemental, like probably around the same size as the Wraith thing that you have, Utari. I don't know, but it only cost me like 30
I
quid.
know.
Oh, no. My thing's
No.
bigger than that.
This is like the size of a.
You know
Red.
the box that I held up? That
His
picture
thing is
on
like
that
this
box-
big.
Yes,
Yeah,
that
that's
is a 1-for-1.
Wraith Guardians, they're massive. Yeah,
The Wraith Knight. Yeah.
These are
Wraith Knights are
pretty
huge.
nice though. The
Yeah, that's about the
models
size
are
of a
nice, it's
dreadnought.
pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're nice and cheap comparatively.
Yeah.
Well, not
think
cheap comparatively, but nice.
I think it's about 2 dreadnoughts stuck on top of each other, and that's an Elder Wraith Knight.
Well, that's a big model.
The biggest thing I don't like
It's like
about
the
40K
Titans
or
in 40K.
GW stuff is that they
Oh,
don't.
Titans in 4K are even bigger. Like
Yeah, they're
the
even
Wraith
bigger.
Knight's slightly shorter than a Warhound Scout Titan by a bit. Only because kind of the Wraith Knight, it's not bulky like an Imperial Knight is. It's just tall. It's
Yeah.
skinny and tall.
Slender.
Yeah.
It's a bit
I
like
just-
a bit like a Bastille.
My biggest complaint is that they price their stuff based upon points in game or how much you're going to buy of a product. Where no other company does that I know of. Because in Flames of War, a tank company is the same price no matter what tank company you buy. I could buy 5 Tigers or 5 Tigers or 5 Panzer IIs, and they will cost the same amount. And they're both reasonably priced. Like I think it's $44 for 5 tank plastic kit, $60 for a resin one, or 50 something like that. And like Warlord Games makes all their
Awful.
stuff the same price. Like
Yeah.
it's just based on the materials and how much it's going to cost. So I mean, it gets them in trouble sometimes because Team Yankee's horrible to collect for if you don't play the NATO factions. Because we play a Warsaw Pact one, you have to buy a shitload of tanks because you can get for 100-point army list. I think a Polish army can have 80 T-55s, whereas I think an equivalent to that would be 10 Leopard 2s. So it's a lot cheaper to collect NATO than it is anything else. 'Cause it's super-
Just a quick question, Roach. Did I roll advantage on my initiative? Because if I didn't, I should, because my shield gives me advantage on it.
I can make you re-roll initiative. You rolled a 9 right there, so remember that. Our roll initiative. We'll just see.
I can just roll off my sheet, yeah?
Yeah.
I've got me and Mog rolled a 1 and a 2. What? Well, I rolled a 1 plus 1, and Mog rolled a 1. Oh,
Oh, look at me.
Flying
Why
out.
do I have damage?
Yostenia goes
know.
before all the spiders somehow.
I didn't
That-
click
that's
anything.
that fast.
like a common thing for me, though.
Yeah, it's
You
usually
don't have any
Yostenia first.
damage. You have
Effects,
you have
damage,
effects. You have a
1d6.
On his combat tracker.
Yeah.
Effect
Check here.
damage 1d6 on roll.
Yeah, I think that's your. Is that your hunter's mark?
But he hasn't put anything
I
on
haven't
yet.
put it on yet.
Hmm.
And I don't roll up like that.
Just clear it.
don't know how.
Also, Roach,
Clear
it's
it
not
off.
letting me roll initiative. I don't know why.
There we go.
Because it's set for Roach to roll it.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, you can do it on your sheet.
Yeah, I'm on my sheet right now, clicking it, and it won't work.
Yeah, there it goes.
Oh, there we go. No, I rolled less.
7.
Yeah, I rolled
So
less.
it
so
was
it's
9
9.
originally.
Bandit, 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 bandit. Archer. Where's
I
like
don't
the fact
have
all the
specific
giant spiders
character
go
sheets.
first after Stenia.
Yes.
You-
Linear smash.
Good.
Yeah.
Don't get
Daniel
surprised.
Smash.
Your bow does not provide you the ability of going before anybody. It means you can't be surprised. So if they still
yeah,
high
just
roll
means they
higher
don't
than
get
you.
it.
It just means they
Yeah.
don't
like-
get a surprise round.
Mog
That's
calls it my spidey bow.
And now we're fighting weird spider arse
Yeah.
cheek
So we're
face
back?
things.
So I love how it's my role.
Yeah, I
like
think
in
we're back.
combat because it has to be. It had to be my bad role like that. Irony is not
So
lost. on-
Stenya,
Yes.
it is your turn. Everybody that's not on the wagons is riding a horse. By the way, so use your horse movement as your movement.
Well, there's no time like the present to put out some hurt. I'm gonna. Well, I'm already in base contact with this thing. I'm gonna use cleave.
Fuck you, sir.
Wait, no, wait.
Rage.
Rage.
Yes.
Then clean.
Rage first. There is an order to how things are done. You need to rage before you do anything else.
He was ill last week. Let him
There we go.
That's fair. Yeah.
There we go.
No, he,
It's okay. We'll let you out with it this time.
it's been 2 weeks since you last played.
Yeah.
Ooh, hit.
That's a hit
With
on
a
15.
7 plus 8.
Okay.
Can't go wrong with that.
All of these spiders pop up around the same time. They are giant trapdoor spiders, and yes, system shock. So that's a thing that is implemented in here. So it hasn't come up yet because you guys haven't done more than half damage in one shot.
You just
since
did
we
though.
started.
I think.
You just did though. So
19 damage
So
equals heavy. Wow.
Yeah.
yeah,
These things aren't that tough, but there's a lot of them apparently.
giant spiders. These are like
That's
these are
true.
like
Squish.
shit tier. Yeah. So system shock, no reactions and disadvantage.
Oh, that's cool. So now Stinia can move if he wanted to and attack the other target because they can't react.
Yeah. So yeah, all these things seem to use trapdoors of stone in their burrows, and they were just waiting for something. It's like a little colony of giant spiders.
Fuck him up,
yeah.
Stinia. You can do it.
Instead, you just like land an axe down on top of this thing, and it like cracks its carapace in half on the top, and it doesn't like it's still alive, but it does like if it could look confused, it's confused.
It's like,
Okay.
bruh.
I'd like to
I'm
charge
gonna.
the other
Oh
one.
my god! What the hell just happened?
All right,
I'm gonna get you, fuck. Oh my god, my eye. Oh,
And
fuck.
I'd like to hit that
ride
one with my
down the
second
next
attack.
one, just kind of fucking polo.
26.
Yep.
So, fuck him up, Stinia. You do it. Do it to him.
Heavy. It succeeds.
Exceeds.
Oh my god.
Bonk.
You rolled a 1 on the physical damage, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Everything else.
Oh, that's stupid.
I mean, you did 19,
Slice
then
it.
17, and it's still only heavy damage.
No,
Yeah.
he attacked a different one.
Oh, did it?
And my barbarian is a sentinel build. I'd like to add
Yeah.
clean handily turning me into a DPS build.
Yep.
Yep.
I mean, when you've got cleave in your hand, you're gonna do that DPS.
So steady, is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe. I throw my axe. Wait, what? Yeet.
They all do get to go now, though, guys. So,
Well,
Yep.
the first one's stunned.
yeah, it's still
No, the
five.
first one's not stunned.
Yes, it is. That's the one that I just hit the second time.
Ye-
That was my second target, Spider 1.
It's at disadvantage, I think.
No, the first one's a disadvantage. No reactions and disadvantage.
Yeah.
The second one
Ju-
that you hit succeeded. It's system shock, so
Oh.
there's nothing wrong with it.
Oh,
It has to fail that for an effect to be rolled.
we don't see that dice roll on our side, so maybe. That's
Yeah, well,
okay.
I'll let you know what happens.
Yeah, you will.
But yeah,
Love you, Roach.
fuck you say?
Love you, Roach. Your mustache is very handsome.
Spider shifts over 1 square.
Spider runs its sesh. Wait, what?
It jumps over Ustinia and lands on Sesh and devours her whole. No rolls.
And tries to attack Ustenia, the creature that heavily damaged it.
That fucked it up.
Rolling a 4.
That was never gonna hit.
Nice. You need to roll a
Where's the-
17 or to hit him, I think, with that roll.
Yeah.
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 That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. But it presents a lot of things if I do hit. A lot of
Yeah.
effects that affect it. Spider 1's done. Spider
2 2. Oh, hi. Nice to see you next to me there.
charges
Looking
out
very
of
handsome
its burrow to attack Sesh.
Looking exceptionally not handsome today, Mr. Spider.
With the 21 to hit.
Oh, that hits me just about. Fuck's sake. Okay. Roll damage.
Which does 11 damage.
Max. Okay.
Sesh, you need 1 level in Wizard so you can just reaction shield.
You succeed your Constitution saving throw against the poison.
Nice. Okay, cool. That's cool.
Cool.
Oh yeah, you can force us.
Cool.
Yeah, because we can force you to roll saves. You can force
Yeah.
us to roll. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
Cool,
yeah.
cool.
I mean, hey, it saves us time in the long run.
Yeah, no.
Spider 3.
Spider 3. Spider 3.
Spider
Does
3.
whatever a Spider 3
Is
does.
gonna attack Berserker, which is your dwarf, which is your
Oh, yeah.
lady dwarf.
Oh yeah,
on
the
back.
Lady Dwarf, yeah.
Yeah. You'll get it. Somebody wrote it
No,
down.
I'm trying to find it because I think I've written
Starts
her name
with a
down.
T.
but
The,
my
the
handwriting-
dwarf. Throla. Throda. Throla.
Rolla.
Rolla, yeah, Rolla. Yeah. I was looking in the wrong place.
Natural 1.
Nice.
Natural 1 against her. Which is a miss.
I mean-
4. This spider goes up to Rivallon.
Rivallon.
He gonna bite you.
Yeah.
No. Tasty looking elf boy. No.
Flashbacks to a bone white spider that can teleport between planes.
Yeah.
Boom.
Fuck that shit up.
Just all the
He almost
PTSD.
got lost in a
all over it.
plane.
I've
Yep.
fucked this shit up.
12 misses. So I'm rolling distinctly mediocre.
I mean, you hit me.
Are you,
That's
are
not
you doing like
either.
2 attacks?
No, it's just one.
No, just
Just
one.
one attack? Because I was about to say, if it is plus another attack, then I've got to add DC to that.
No, just one, because they're just spiders. They're
They're
just
just
giant
large spiders.
challenge rating 1 spiders.
There's exceptionally large spiders.
Spitters.
Spiders.
Spiders.
Isaac.
Hello.
How
Oh.
you doing?
The spider pulls out 2 little knives.
The spider pulls out a Glock.
13, which is a miss. By the
And
way,
comes
that
in low and
dice
goes,
did so many acrobatic moves right there. It spun in place on a 20 and then flipped to an 8. Like, I don't know how that physically
I know-
happens.
Roach, I know how that feels, so, like...
I relate, but also I don't care.
I
No,
relate,
didn't
but also
say that
fuck
at all.
you.
I just relate. Like, I haven't rolled above a natural 12 tonight. So
12. Okay, Spider 6 targeting the knight, which is the leader of the.
Elred.
Elred, no.
Yes.
Elred, no.
Elred.
Elred, you only had 10 lines.
You're the
spent like
XP
5
sync for the
seconds
start
saying
of this RPG. No.
Oh.
There's a hit with the 22. I actually don't know what his AC was, so I don't fucking know.
Well, you said
alright.
you had a rapier and like a buckler, so probably not that high.
Not a great one. 9. 9.
Nine.
9.
9.
He fails his con saving throw, which does 8 poison damage. And
Going hard. I think poison gives disadvantage on attack rolls as well, doesn't it?
He's not poisoned. He just takes
Oh,
poison
he
damage.
takes poison damage.
Those are two different things. What
Fair,
it does
fair.
do is he's now paralyzed.
So now he's at disadvantage.
He can't
and he
attack,
can't
he
move.
can't react, he can't do anything other than stand there. That's it.
Bom, bom, bom.
Oh, still two more of them to go as well.
Stuck. Yeah, you see Elred, just the spider, like crawling up and like grabbing at him from his horse and sinking fangs into his flesh.
Ow.
Spider 7.
That's the other one just didn't get fucked up.
10 goes for
Isaac
Hey.
sandwich.
I'll take a slice of spider. Slice of
Gives
spider.
him advantage on the attack.
Reaction shield. Oh, no.
That's
I'd
24
like-
to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hit.
Yeah. Although it has advantage, it also had disadvantage, so
Oh,
well,
cancel
It's
it
just a
out.
normal roll then.
It
Yeah,
was
it
a
did.
normal roll.
Oh,
it was a normal roll.
It had
yeah,
advantage, and then it got
Do
rid of
you
its
see a
disadvantage by
green
having
color on
advantage.
that die? I don't.
Well, no, I just heard you say disadvantage. I didn't see it automatically applied the dis.
The DS.
The D.
It automatically
That,
applied to this.
That was a roll of 1 on the damage,
You hit the
plus
sugar.
3, so 4.
That's good damage as far as I'm concerned.
Oh,
Oh, nice. Wow.
Succeeds the con save because
I'm
of
so glad I've got con. Like,
Hey, look, that's the
Oh, yeah.
second natural 12 of the game.
What would your normal con have been? Was it just +1 on that?
No, I
no,
think
it was,
he's
a, it was a
proficient.
+4.
Yeah, he's proficient in it because he's a sorcerer.
Sorcerers are proficient, so it would be a 4 normal.
It'd be the exact same as mine.
Then you weren't in any danger because the save threshold is an 11.
Oh, I rolled above it anyway, so yeah.
Yeah. It's also your second 12 of the game so far. Congrats.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Really, I'd like to thank the academy.
Which academy?
Boo!
The academy that
Get off
trained,
the stage!
Boo!
Boo!
I'd like to thank Ricky Gervais for the fantastic job he's doing hosting all.
All right, fair enough.
Throla's getting attacked. 12 misses.
Good.
It's now Throla's turn.
Fuck
She's
'em
gonna
up!
Go ahead and target that one. She's going to go ahead and give herself advantage for this. And attack Spider 8. Hits, where she does 8 damage. About average. Rolled actually pretty shitty with that. Or no, about average. 8 damage there. Next one up. And yeah, she's not gonna move. Okay, next one up being Rivallon.
Okay. I cast my Hunter's Mark on Giant Spider 4.
Are you doing an Isaac impression?
Yes.
Pretty good, actually.
I then draw my 2 short swords.
Alright.
About to go Legolas on this shit.
Legolas, what your elf eyes
She's gonna be
see.
built as ever, like
Murder!
Missed that one.
Miss.
Hit that one.
I would have loved it if they were both 12s. Just miss.
It's
Okay.
sad face.
I
So
guess
6
this
damage,
budget
plus
Legolas
another
was a bit
3
Legolas.
on what, 4.
Okay. I'm gonna have to kill my. Who's standing here now?
So I turn my bow
Because if
around.
he's gonna
and
give me sass, forget it.
all
At
the
the end
sass.
of your turn.
Like that
Yeah, I
ordered
don't
on.
want to take up too much time as I'm a budget Legolas.
Okay.
You are the budget Legolas here.
Knight is
Paralyzed.
already is
He's paralyzed, but he probably needs. Does he make a save, or is it a case if he's stuck?
Yeah,
like
he
that?
does get to make a save, doesn't he?
Paralyzed makes a save only on.
The enemy's turn.
I think so.
Maybe.
It'll be under the effect of the spider's bite, won't it?
Don't know,
Probably.
I just gave. It just says it just does paralyzed. Apply perchance 6. Come on, where is it at?
It doesn't say when it ends.
It's probably
Let's
a case
just
of you pick then, I guess.
Just check.
It doesn't have like a thing at the end of each turn or anything. It would state in the attack or the spell.
Yeah.
I just need to check the fighter.
Yeah, it's
Order.
a condition lasts either until it's countered,
Which I
or
can do.
or a duration specified by the effect imposed on the condition. So it's on the spider where you'd find it, not on the condition info itself.
Assuming you didn't make these spiders up.
I didn't make them up. Okay. Person is paralyzed while poisoned in this way. So poisoned for 1 hour.
So 1 hour they are paralyzed for. Assuming they don't make a.
Oh
save.
no. He's paralyzed. Oh no. Okay, no, he's not paralyzed. Paralyzed only comes up when the attack gets them down to 0 HP. They become stable but poisoned and paralyzed for 1 hour, even if they're 0 HP. So that's
Okay.
what that is. He's fine.
It's a huntsman spider. It's trying to keep you alive so it can suck your blood.
Yes, but that
It's
does mean
Shelob.
that-
It's
Yep.
frickin' Shelob.
So,
He's not dead.
Elred is
Not dead.
Yeah, Elred is in the grasp of this spider and now goes ahead and tries to
Stab it.
Stab. He gets 2
Stick with the
attacks. So
pointy end.
first attack misses with an 8. Second attack misses with an 11.
God damn it!
Hey, they can be as badass or as cool as I write them up to be, but that doesn't make me roll any better.
That's fair. That is fair. That's allowed. Actually, it's not allowed. You
Alright.
can't do that. Stop it.
All right, Bandit 1 is going to choose one of the individuals. 25, jumps off the wagon, get tactical advantage on the spider. Goes in for an attack.
Stab him.
Hits with a 14,
Good. Doing something.
does 4 damage. All right.
I mean, it's median. It's better than 0.
What's up? Goes to attack 3. Misses with a 9.
F's in chat.
Goes up to the fighter here.
He has advantage.
Advantage. Hits with a 15. Rolls a 1 on the damage roll. So, 2 damage. We're just hacking away at this
Yet again, it's better than a 0.
spider. Yeah, it's better than. Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Goes around to get advantage on spider. Hits with a 16. Does 6 damage to spider 8.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Slash.
Me.
How much did Ustinia hit these things for to put them on heavy?
17 and 19.
So yeah, 17 and 19. So
Double digits.
Yeah. Close to 20 damage, which was pretty fucking good. Okay. Yeah. So I'm after going through all this hassle of selecting everybody I want to apply bless to, and now I'm like, do I want to do it?
Why waste it?
That's true.
Well, it's a yeah. I mean,
Looks like spider meat's back on the menu, boys.
Looks like meat's back on the menu.
That's a good point, actually.
oh yeah, we can cut up and eat some spider.
I need to take off you. Okay. So,
Looks like lunch came to us.
Meals on many legs.
yep. It's a very, very good, in fact, delivery service in.
Who wants a drumstick? There's enough for everybody.
I'm just trying to think, like, because they've like come out of the pots. It's like. It's pot
Okay,
spider.
so I'm gonna cast spiritual weapon level 4. I know it doesn't give me advantage, but I'm gonna do it anyway, and I'm gonna
Something
cast
I keep
it.
forgetting to do is to actually do.
Oh, you haven't locked the grid, by the way. I can move around for free.
Oh, there you go. Now it's done.
I wanted to cast it there because that's exactly 20 feet away from me. Because I can cast it 20 feet away from me.
Okay, give me a minute. Let me get the W out.
Let me get the W out, the weapon out. Even though I sent you a token for it. ages ago,
I
you haven't
know.
done it.
I know.
I
Busy here,
know.
damn it.
Busy, damn it. You can also get rid of my movement on that. And it is going to attack Order 4 because I can do that when I summon.
Spider 4.
Spooter 4. Attack roll. 7.
+5 hits. +8. Sorry. My God.
Yeah,
Shit
because
me.
it's my wisdom modifier, not my strength, which is better.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to use the level 4 damage.
Okay, it's dead.
Whack.
So, what is your spiritual weapon?
It's a giant dragon claw.
Yeah, so it just comes out of the ground essentially and just whack.
This cat
like
cuts
you're
it, just-
swatting a fly.
It's actually force damage, so it literally just crushes it.
So like the spider does that thing where its legs curl up a little bit and like twitch. And you
Yep.
just see
So I
blood
will
gets splashed just
now
a little bit.
contact that.
It's just
You can take away my movement, by the way. I'm not moving it there, so like
it is taken away.
I see it. I'm gonna attack this scooter right next to me.
Right.
It's a bonus action to summon.
Yeah, that
Weapon?
spiritual weapons is a bonus action, which is fantastic.
Oh, I need to knock. off
Highly
a
considering
spell.
also picking it up.
It is great. Right, so I'm gonna whack this spider with my warhammer.
I don't know what Isaac's spiritual weapon will be though.
A sickle or a scythe or something. A farming one.
I'm not the Grim fucking Reaper.
It's a farming implement.
A miniature sun.
That's it was like a. What is the miniature sun Pokemon?
I don't
I don't know.
From
That's a hit with a 19.
From
So-
Sapphire, Ruby, and Emerald.
Level 8 gave me divine strike, so now I do an extra d8 divine damage once per attack. So I'm applying this to this attack roll.
All right.
I already have a macro set up for it because I'm a very smart individual. I like to think so. Oh, nice.
All right. Yeah, he's dead. He's
Nice.
technically dropped to 0 but stable, but since he's a minion, well, not a minion, but since he's
Not a
8
player.
challenge
So,
levels down.
since
he's
I can
dead.
still move, I'm gonna move to here.
All right. So it's just
It's like
I
in
just summoned
because
my
you're still on your
sister.
horse.
Yeah.
You're still on your
Yeah.
horse.
Yeah. I summoned my
Cock.
spiritual weapon. It killed one of them. I turn around and whack the other spider in the face, and then I go over behind the other spider attacking Isaac. Like, all right, cool, it's going well.
Yep.
That's my
All
turn.
All right. The archer, which I don't know, it's one of them. I think the other elf.
I think it's the one driving the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the other elf, I think.
The male elf. Filzy? Something like that?
Philia.
Filzy? Philia, yeah.
Yep.
Philia.
He's gonna go ahead and target. No, 1, 2, 3. Spider 5.
Wow.
Okay. Draw.
That was a
bow.
particularly ridiculous turn on my behalf.
He's gonna try and shoot in close combat.
You extended it.
I extended it.
Technically, he's on a wagon. So
Oh, so the high ones. Okay. Well, I
yeah,
thought-
I'm gonna say he's allowed to fire the
I see
short
what
bow.
you're doing. I see.
Or not short bow. He's got a long bow, but
I think elves gain racial proficiency with a longbow.
yeah, why not?
I think they do.
I didn't think you'd hire this many people. Fuck you.
Like, I like how you gave the archer more health than the melee guys.
These are quite literally just the stats of the monster manuals that I pulled in. I think
Yeah,
it's just because he has.
three main monsters. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a hit. It's 20 with the hit.
That's a dirty
Uh,
20.
Yeah. And yeah, he's gonna go ahead and also. Well, let's see what he does for damage. 7. He's also going to go ahead and use Archer's Eye, which, as a bonus action, the Archer can add 1d10 to its next attack or damage roll with a longbow or a shortbow for his second longbow attack.
Hope he hits now.
Yeah, 21. Yeah, I think he
That'll
did.
do it, yeah. That'll do it.
So that does another 9 damage plus 1d10, which is another 4 on Spider 5.
I'm not gonna have to do anything for the two spiders fighting me, am I? They're just gonna die.
Well, it's your turn next, so probably not.
Yeah.
I was prepping.
Speaking
I was
of which, Isaac.
I was prepping really big spells. I don't think it was like okay.
They're giant spiders. What do you think?
I mean, I was
Okay,
like, oh, I better prepare myself, because these things could be terrifying, and it turns out they're not.
Okay,
I'm not gonna make custom creatures every goddamn time. You know how much effort that is?
That's
okay,
fair.
I'm gonna hit him with.
I already made some custom things and got a commission for it. So.
I also saw your elf commission. That was cute.
Yeah, I forgot that you follow that artist.
That's a 26. That hits,
I think that hits.
and that's
Oh,
It's dead.
fuck.
14.
Yeah.
You mean that's
That's a
dead?
really low. That's a really low roll. Consider there's
yeah.
those D10s.
Yeah.
They're
14.
not that big of creatures.
Okay, and then I'm gonna quicken cast the what am I gonna quicken cast? Toll the dead. Fuck it. It's injured, so
You
this is
can,
gonna
you
be
can
2d.
quick and cast. You can quick and cast inflict wounds again.
I could, but I actually realized I don't need that much. So it's gonna make a wisdom saving throw. Oh, it's succeeded. Does it now miss the damage? I need to double check that with Toll the Dead.
I think Toll of the Dead does. I don't think it's.
Is that a cleric? Yeah, because it's a cantrip. If
Yeah,
the
I think
target.
it's if it doesn't hit.
Disgusting.
Yeah, or take. No, I miss. Shit. Okay.
It does not care about the ringing in its ears or the ringing in its sound membranes.
What a yeah. Its ear flaps close at the right time. But yeah.
I honestly
actually,
have no.
this
I
is the
honestly
one that I
don't
can
think-
move freely past, right?
Yeah, he doesn't have reaction.
Yeah.
Actually, hold on one second. Just double check. Is that?
Well, we're still on the same turn, so.
Disadvantage attacks and disadvantage checks.
No, and no reactions.
Yeah, and reactions. So that was a saving throw, not check. Okay, yeah, never mind. I was wondering if that.
Oh, you were
somehow-
thinking my thing. Yeah, needed.
Yeah, but no, it
my
didn't.
thing.
No. Yeah, you can
Okay.
go.
So I'm gonna go.
Get out of here.
Yeah, I'm a mage. I'm not meant to be in combat. I'm gonna go over there, please.
All right.
You gonna fuck off over there.
Go over there. You're welcome.
And that's my turn.
All right. Mog.
Okay.
A lot of spiders came up, and now there's a lot less of them now.
You just watch Sesh nonchalantly crush 2 of them. And Ustinia's like, these spiders are small. As he swings
Isaac
his
just grabbed one and killed it as well.
teeny spooder crushes it under his boot.
Right.
So,
On Giant Spider 1, if it's, even possibly still alive.
It is just.
Just.
Almost.
So, first thing I'm going to do is Hexblade's Curse.
alrighty then.
Gains bonus to damage rolls against the cursed target. Bonus equals proficiency, and then when it dies, if I've lost any HP, it gives me some HP. Because I'm
Okay.
squishy.
Ishi.
Very squishy.
You're not very squishy though.
I'm not as
nearly
squishy
70
as I used
HP.
to be.
You're fairly
Um,
average.
I am Warlock. I Eldritch Blast.
Alright.
I'm once again asking you to Eldritch Blast. Bernie Sanders.
Battle Mage
appears.
3000 rides away.
It's a hit with a 19.
You haven't seen the Bernie Sanders meme? That's just him doing that, like saying,
dead.
"Oh my god,
Shit.
shit!"
Just in
Holy
front
fuck!
of you. In front of you, instead you just see the spider just explode.
It just turns to the spiders. You picked up the wrong baggage train to hit.
Y'all did fuck up.
You have done fucked up now. Is that the end of your turn?
You can
Yeah.
technically attack again,
Yeah.
and there is another spider behind.
I don't have a second.
No,
attack.
Spider 4's dead. Spider 2's dead.
Don't you get 2
Spider
blasts
5's
per cast
dead.
of it?
Spider 1's dead. The only ones alive are
No, that it says 2 blasts, but it's
3,
it's one
6,
target.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's flavor.
It's 7, 3,
7, 3,
6,
Oh, the only ones left alive.
7.
It's the 4 on the bottom.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
4 that weren't being
It's the
handled
ones the
by
B
party.
squad is dealing with.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's the one that
Alright.
the B team is handling.
Ustenia, it's your turn. A spider has exploded in front of you.
Oh no! If she's above 5th, she can hit him.
I would like to charge this way.
What was that?
I'd like to charge in
If
this
she's above-
direction.
Hold on.
If she's above
What was
5th level. She can use it twice.
Where's
So
Yeah.
nice you
I
can
mean,
use it
sure.
twice.
Yeah, that's
2
the way it
beams,
always is.
then
in
3 beams.
We don't need it though.
I mean, it
No.
is. I mean, if she can,
We
she can
don't
redirect
need
it. You can. Yeah, it's just it. In basically, it becomes a. It's the one cantrip that actually you can multi-target.
I'll remember that next time.
Yeah.
I think we're doing okay.
Yeah. So fair enough.
Well, no, she targeted it with both blasts anyways.
Yeah,
It's-
she did.
oh,
She rolled
Yeah.
2d10. The blast thing, yeah. The blast thing, okay, yeah, no, you should be making a separate attack for each beam. So you should be doing 1d10, 1d10, 1d10.
Yeah.
Okay.
So so I think your Eldritch Blast, like, then you'll have to figure that out. But yeah, either way, Ustenia, you go down here.
Angry men.
Splat.
I would
splat,
like to-
splat.
Reckless attack. Give me an
Alright.
advantage on all attacks that use strength.
You can do that.
Fuck them up.
Be reckless. Come on. Do
Be
it.
reckless. It's good for you. Good for the Constitution.
Yeah, that did it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
that hurt. 20
A lot.
damage.
A lot. That hurt quite a bit.
Ow,
Uh,
ow.
Spider 7 as well. Let's finish him off.
Okay.
This one also gets advantage because it's to the end of my turn.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
I really hoped one of them would be a 20.
18 hits. dead.
15 damage.
Even though
These
that was a
spiders
pretty-
really don't know what hit them, did they? They just
Yeah.
jumped up like, oh, food, and then, oh god.
It's just a massacre. Just.
What
I
the
just wanna
fuck's
point
going
out-
on? Bunny just exploded.
The last roll that Justinia
Just
made,
spider.
it was a 1 and a 2 and a 5 on the dice, and he still fucking murdered it.
Just one of them.
Just
Oh, they got
decided it.
Jeff! No, not Jeff!
That strength modifier, yo.
Jeff owed me
Yeah.
money.
All right. Is it the end of your turn?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, he's gonna
One
fuck
is
him up.
dead.
again.
2 is dead. 3 is alive still.
Somehow, we don't know.
Yeah. Well, targeting you.
Well,
Dead.
howdy there, y'all.
It
It's
gets
still done if it's
advantage.
trying to target Astinia.
Yeah, it would also get advantage if it attacked the Berserker as well, because she used Reckless, technically. She used her own thing to do that, but either way,
You fucked it up, man.
targeted name character.
Ustinia hurt it a lot more.
That
True.
shit hurted.
Natural 20.
Oh. Ooh.
Cancelled!
To be fair, though, that natural 20 would have still happened even if he didn't do Reckless, because that was the first dice that went out.
But it's canceled
Uh,
because Isaac can do that.
Cancelling that natural 20.
We are cancelling the apocalypse.
I'm gonna re-roll the damage then, so
yeah.
I can't disapply it.
Well, you have to re-roll.
I'll re-roll the
dice.
attack, and I'll still roll the damage, just so.
No.
Uh,
No. It forces a full re-roll. So if you miss this time, you miss.
Oh yeah, you're using the star payload. That's what. It
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
it
I'm
would
not
still be at
gonna-
advantage then. It would still be at advantage. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
Wow. By
Close.
1.
Yeah, close.
By 1. Yes.
21 misses.
Yep. Spider
I'm so
4,
glad you're
dead.
on our side.
Yeah, same.
Spider 4. Oh, if there's any mind control that ever happens, and Dustania fails, you're dead.
Oh, we're fucked. We're fucked.
Yo, wait, can we get Ustinia a ring of mind protection or whatever it is?
Yeah.
Literally just to protect the party.
Yeah, you see, here's the thing though, Roach, right? If
It's
he
like a black
fails that,
box.
I'll just cast whole person on him because he, it's a wisdom safe. My DCs
Oh
are
yeah,
pretty
no,
high.
I'd banish him or something.
Back to his homeland.
Back to the steps.
Bad boy. Back to step for you.
Okay, this spider's going to attack Bandit.
Go say hi to the god now again. Boom. Just turns up next to the fishing dude. Oh, hey.
24 hits. 10 damage.
This might kill him.
Yeah, drops to 0 HP immediately.
Yep.
So, eeny, meeny,
It's now
miny-
poisoned for now.
Oh yeah, now he's
Paralyzed and
he's
poisoned.
stable now, and now paralyzed. So, there we go. I'm gonna say that's probably fuck it, that's Wazzo.
Oh no, one of the two halflings.
My brother, no!
No! 7's dead. 8's still alive, miraculously.
Somehow.
This one's gonna attack the Berserker because he gets advantage because she used her thing.
Right.
So, that's a hit. I rolled 2 8s.
Wow.
That's a 1 on the damage roll. That's the second time I've done that during this combat, so that's 4 damage, which isn't that great. Okay, Berserker is now up. She's gonna go ahead and seeing how Ustinia got it. Is gonna
He
go
got
ahead.
it. He's good.
Yeah, gonna go with the spider down there. Then to attack with advantage again because that seems to be working out. That's a hit, and then damage. Rolling really shitty on the damage. Only does 6 damage to Spider 8. It's close to death. Hey, Rivallon, it's your turn.
Alright, Rivallon.
There's a lot less spiders in the 12 seconds since this combat started.
Yeah.
Rivallon switches to his bow
All right.
because it doesn't take anything. Because
Thanks in a bit.
Moves. The thing.
Ships. Okay.
Take that.
Oh, your hunter's mark?
Yeah. Move my hunter's mark to giant spider 3.
Alrighty then. That's a hit. It's dead.
It did.
Okay. Can I move my hunter's mark again?
It's a bonus action, so no.
No, you can.
Yo.
Yeah.
Second shot goes
You
to...
can just normally attack.
Yeah.
Ah!
Ooh, natural 2. One of the few rolls
That's
that would result in that.
That's the only time that the party I think has missed so far. Entire comp. No,
I think they have
No,
AC
I failed.
14.
Rivallon missed once before as well with her spider.
It's very hard to miss with this.
Yeah, well, he has budget, so...
That's true.
Yeah.
Quite literally, you could have just rolled a 4 and it still would have hit. It's not. This is not a.
It's not a difficult task.
Not that bad.
Oh well.
Okay, so that's the end of Rivallon's turn, right? You used your bonus and your attack and your movement, right? Yeah. So the knight is going to try and
Save
with
his
this.
friend.
So yeah, advantage. Attack.
No, his friend is down. He can't be banded.
Yes,
There's
you
one on
can.
the
There's
opposite
one on
side.
each side.
The one who's down is the one right below the knight. not the one
Oh,
across.
yeah, I see.
Yeah.
That's
That's
the
the
little notches
19,
next to his token now. Sorry.
and that is an 11 of damage, best so far. And for a second attack, another attack, which does 19 damage. Killed. There we go. 10.
Nice. There's only one
Okay.
left.
Oh yeah, only one left. Bandit 1. Yeah, he's gonna skip Bandit 1. Bandit 2. Shift over and go ahead and attack the.
With advantage.
No advantage because it's not opposite. There's no opposite.
You have to move one space. Left.
Yeah. So attack. Miss with 13. Bandit 3 is paralyzed. 4 actually does get advantage. So
Still
15.
misses. No, that's
It's a hit.
Still
Does
only
2
doesn't-
damage.
yeah.
Second time he's done that, by the way. Second time this character. It's
Can
specific
can we like send him home and rehire somebody else?
Nope, too late.
Shit.
Your refund.
We'll give him a 1-star review on
Fetch.
Yelp.
It's your turn.
That mercenary down there, the bandit 4, he's getting a 1-star review.
It's a surprise, all right? This thing just.
Right, so I'm not gonna move my weapon because it's too far away to actually get to anything that I can hit.
Yeah. It's
Just
good.
go
It's
heal.
a good
Just
plan.
go heal the down guy.
Yeah,
That spider's dead, so.
I'm gonna go there and let me cheat real quick because I think lesser restoration cures poisoned and also cures paralyzed. Not at the same time, but I think it can
That's
cure.
not the guy, by the way. Again, that's
the guy. The other guy. Yeah, the other guy at the bottom. So another 15 feet of movement to get there. So I'm fine. No, sorry, that's
Yeah,
in the
you're on
middle.
you're on horseback, so you've got 45 move. Like,
Oh yeah, that's right. It's a war horse as well. So
oh no, you've got even more then, haven't you? You got like 50.
yeah, it's like 50.
yeah. Nobody's being stretched for movement right now.
So lesser restoration. The touch action instantaneous. Can cure paralyzed, poison. I can cure one of either. So I'm going to cure paralyzed.
Okay. So I will.
That's an action. So that's my turn. Actually, I might as well use my bonus action to move my thing.
So he is paralyzed. No more.
He paralyzed no more. But I might as well use my bonus action to move the weapon because I'm not going to use it for anything else.
All right. At the end of your turn.
Yep.
Okay.
Right.
Archer. Target's the last one. Misses. Hits.
Yay. We might actually be on this
Yeah.
combat. Yay! Combat's over.
Just sudden stop on the music. That was hilarious.
Diddly-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee.
It literally just went. When the new track started. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I'm going to cast Less Restoration on the sky and the ground again. Poison. And then I'm going to do...
Alright.
How many people are hurt?
I
I'm
think.
not a lot. Sessions taking some damage. Isaac took a little bit of damage.
No, I didn't.
Knight took some damage.
Did I?
It
Oh,
says you- yeah, it says you're damaged by 4 points. Knight took some damage. Berserker took some damage.
I'll deal with mine.
all-
Don't worry.
All the spiders took some damage.
No, it's I can instantly recover 8 HP. Just by touching
Because you
myself.
got the whole lay on hand.
It's.
Touch.
I'm just that holy that I just go. Oh, okay, I'm done.
It's very.
Right, I'm just going to use mass healing. Heal.
Probably do it.
Bang.
Our archer friend Ophelia Opatree watches on.
So I think everybody's more or less back to normal now, right?
Yeah. No, the knight has like 2 HP of damage, but other than that, fine.
I do believe that we should get out of here pretty quickly, though, before any more spiders turn up.
No, I think we should, you know.
Stay here and grind for a bit.
Yeah.
Get some XP out of this.
We should.
But we're milestone leveling.
No, I think we should get some, you know, make lemonade out of the situation and replace some of that food that we lost.
Oh, I'm
Spiders?
not going to eat those.
I can't
Why?
say spider isn't all that appetizing, but
What do you mean?
I've had it
But the
before. It's not
poison
great.
might come in handy if we can harvest the poison glands.
Hey, Rivallon. Poison gland. You're good at that.
No,
Okay.
I'm leaving.
Yeah, Isaac's just gonna start riding away.
Yeah, I check up with all the people, make sure everyone's...
Yeah, they load up the ones that can't, that are hurt into the wagon. They start going too. Just
The only
like,
person
"Yeah,
who's
let's
hurt,
get outta
who's
here."
like not even... Everybody's
me
back
on
to
my
normal
own.
except for Knight. Just like,
Just- Me on my own left there. What? What's the problem?
I like the idea that Usted is just gonna stand there, pull off one of the legs, and walk off.
chewing on it. Harry.
Man's hungry. Man's gotta eat.
I mean, he did just rage and run around the place, so yeah, he's probably quite hungry.
Smack.
All the calorie burning, you know?
It's like in the House of Cards. Like, it's orders up another one. I've got a fierce hunger.
Oh God.
Alright.
Okay. So yeah, that didn't go so well, Sesh.
Well, it did. It actually went pretty easy.
It went well for that, but for your like
Yeah.
progress. Afterwards, everybody settles down, heals up, and goes through the rest of the day a little bit more on watch. Next time you get a chance to, you get off the hard-packed plateau and go back to the dunes and the sand, trying your best to lead the group. But yeah. Who else wants to give it a shot? Probably one of the easier encounters you had a chance to get.
Thank goodness.
I mean, hey, you were really annoyed that we didn't end up running any other counters. Now
No,
we've actually...
you're right. You're right.
So that was perception. So we need something other than perception, and I'm not rolling guys, because we've experienced my roles tonight. So, anyone got any bright ideas?
We could go back to the old faithfuls of nature and things.
Survival.
Survival.
Yeah. Who was it that had the higher survival, Rivallon or Ustinia?
Mine's +3.
I got +4.
So it'd be Rivallon rolling with Ustinia
Ustinia
giving
supporting.
advantage. Yes.
Guidance. Boop.
So far,
Ugh.
Advantage.
you would have advantage on
Not much.
One more. Just
And a D4.
Ooh.
And a D4.
Alright.
Add a D4 to that.
No,
5.
it's been rolled, it's just not showing up.
Add a D4
It's-
to it.
It would be rolled. They're saying the same thing that's happened to you about
Shit.
rolls.
It's a 4.
It's a
So-
4?
13.
13. Okay.
It's not our night, is it, guys?
No, it's not. Well, you know, it's getting harder as you go further along. Resources are getting taxed.
Yeah, bollocks.
All right. Over the next few days, Rivallon and Ustenia trying to guide the group through the harsh terrain. The group starts noticing a foul smell coming from the back of the supply wagon one night. And when you check, it seems as if some of the food has gone off and spoiled.
Who put all this spider meat in here?
What?
So I need somebody to, you know what, I'll roll it.
Oh.
£34 of food worth, 34 pounds worth of food of various types is now
We still have over 350 pounds.
inedible due
Oh.
to spoilage. Yeah, but I mean that's.
I mean, I
34
assume
pounds,
purified
that's-
food and drink wouldn't work on that.
No, it's gone off. It wouldn't. It wouldn't. If it was contaminated or something, it would. That would. But
Too late to purify. Too late.
Thank you. Thank you for
We
that.
appreciate that. Yeah.
I'm just glad it was me singing for once.
also, that's that would be 2 more days of food used from just your general movement. But you're still making progress. It's just hardships are starting to mount. Definitely the if the wagons were painted, start peeling right about now. You definitely start seeing the wear on them after this amount of time, just hard journey forward. Would anybody else like to make a check? You know what the worst part is? You guys only needed 2 successes to get through this area.
We just need one more fucking success.
Right.
God fucking damn it.
Right,
Let's.
I'm gonna try
rally
and
together.
give a motivational speech.
What's your bonus to that?
+6 with persuasion.
Yeah, I'll assist.
And I'll give you the.
What
boot
are you
with
just
some
gonna be a
guidance.
hype man? He's like,
Yeah.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Preach.
Preach this.
Oh no, I'm not trained. I'm not trained. Sorry.
I am trained. So, yeah. I guess Sesh is being the hype man, and she's also giving you grats.
All right, Mog, you get up on a wagon and it's everybody's spirits are low, and you just try and bring them back. You start talking, and
Why is there no
didn't
plus
roll
6
with
to
your
that?
bonus?
Oh, shoot. Carry on. Me being tired. Carry on.
So that would be a 16 plus d4. So roll a d4.
Advantage.
Oh, sorry, it's a 6 you have, so it would actually be an 18
6.
plus a d4.
Yeah,
Yeah,
do
it'd
we
be
roll
18.
again, or you're just going to add it on?
We're just gonna add it on. So
Okay.
18 plus 4
Plus your d4, so add your d4.
plus d4,
It's 4.
which is a 4.
22.
20.
22. Okay. Mog, your speech is eloquent and concise. It covers many of the hardships that the group has faced since starting this journey, and illustrates the necessity to keep going and not to lose faith in the journey. This reinvigorates everyone, and during that day, as you are walking and riding out, Isaac, you spot the ravine. The mouth of the ravine. It's almost as if you came right in, like if you kept going, you would have just gone into it. Almost perfect. With this, you have arrived in the location, as your map is easily able to guide you to the keep that you seek. And you are through, well, you're in the Central Desert still, but you are through the Central Desert's area for this journey. And the journey
Hey.
checks are over.
So now we need to plan
Yay.
on assaulting a castle.
So, do you have fireball?
Yes.
Mog's just like, yeah, I do. Pulls out the fireball. Alright, let's do this. We going in hot, we going in heavy. We ain't doing this any other way.
But as we're almost there, we all need to make sure that we're on the same page here. This is a kill mission. We are going to kill Liban, but I think we need answers as well, if we can get them. So, how do we want to play this?
We need to scope the place out. Not me. I'm no good at that sort of thing.
Sesh looks down at herself.
I mean, the problem with you, Sesh, is you're not the most sneaky.
I'm also covered in a set of full blade. That doesn't.
Yeah. As great as your eyes are, I think if we go for a scout, obviously it's going to be tried and true. We'll send Rivallon, but I don't know. Well, I suppose it will prove vital in terms of information. Rivallon, if you're going to be scouting the keep, take the Stone of the Stone of Stending, so you can contact us. But yeah, is that the plan? Rivallon scouts the keep ahead.
Would he not come back?
What? Yeah, but
It's in
So-
case something comes up. We don't know what's there. For all we know, Liban could have an army here.
Wow, thanks for the vote of confidence about staying stealthy, guys.
Shit happens.
it's good to be.
Give me the stone.
Give you the stone. Good luck.
I throw the
So
stone
good
back
luck.
in Isaac's face.
Yeet.
You don't know where it is. You don't know where the stone came from, because when you look down, look back up, he's gone.
Well,
Give me the stone. Just give me the stone. It's just it blows
Gone.
off into the wind.
I think it would have been even funnier if you'd rolled a 1. We all see you
I
just
wouldn't,
step out
'cause
into
I've got
the sand.
advantage because of my armor. So that's
Oh,
just
yeah.
roll again.
Well, no, that's for dim.
No,
light,
only in dim
right?
light.
Yeah, only in dim light. We're in full.
Which would have worked
daylight
if you
right
went out like at night.
Yeah.
It's midday. But do you move forward, Rivallon? Sneaking your way up where you have been told this citadel stands. It doesn't take long for you to see it. You take a path off to the side on a little raised platform in the wall of the ravine, so you can get some height, so you can see a bit more. But you see an old ruin that stands partly buried and battered, looking as if it were from another time, with sharp lines, and you can even see large gray stones making up its shape. It's somewhat angular, with multiple large buildings behind its walls. The walls itself seem to be mostly intact, but you can see damage and breaches along some of its edges. The sand has not taken it over, but you can see it has been building along the edge and slowly building up over the many, many years, though it hasn't spilled over yet. You can see a road winding up to the keep as it sits in this ravine, but also on top of a hill within the bottom of the ravine. The road winds up, and it's uncovered. The road seems to be not cleared, but it hasn't been taken over by the sand. A large tower you can see stretching up from behind the walls, maybe double or triple the height of the walls themselves. Sharp and angular. That's about all you can really see from where you're at right now. You'd have to get a lot closer to try and get any more detail.
Okay.
What would you like to do? So what would you like to do?
How far away were you from this?
I'll say you got into the ravine. I'll say you're probably stopped like a mile away or more.
How far away am I?
I like how
probably
you
within-
quickly added that or more.
Or more, yeah. Well, it's a winding ravine through the ground, so it's not like a straight line. I'd say you're probably maybe a quarter mile or near around there. Like I'd say because you're on the ravine wall, so the ravine's like wide, but like not that wide. So.
I'll move towards one of the breaches.
If you could just get me within a mile of this structure, I can tell you more details.
Well, you sent up Rivallon.
Tell me, Ostinia, what do your barbarian eyes see?
We want the information before we're in a position.
I'm
where
getting
they
the
can
image that
possibly
Rivallon's vision is like Arma. So he has his view just the slider out to 1 kilometer, but then it's just gray at that point. And
Yeah.
past that, you move up closer, Rivallon. Roll a 16. Okay, good. As you travel closer and closer. You lose sight of the interior as you have to drop down ground level, kind of going in between little rock formations and bits. You also notice some of the things you're taking cover behind are ancient wooden constructions, large milled trees and planks that look to be, one looks to be an old, like, stationary or semi-mobile firing shield for arrows to be fired from behind. Another, maybe an old catapult of some sort, some design. Closer, closer. When you get to one of the breaches, again, sand hasn't overtaken it, but you can definitely see where the breach is, and you can see the sand has started to build and spill slightly in. And you can see it's old. The breach has none of the angularness of exposed stone. It's been windswept and smooth quite heavily. But the stones that once made up the wall still are scattered around, both in front of, and you can see the other side of the wall has collapsed and the stone came spilled out. You can definitely tell there are 5 distinct buildings on the interior of the whole structure, but the specifics of them are hard to get from your position. Because remember, you're low. This wall is like, don't think of it like a normal like historical castle wall. This is more like you ever see Dragonstone in Game of Thrones or in the TV show? You know how they have like pretty tall walls?
Yeah.
That's kind of what you're looking at here.
Not a castle, it's a citadel.
Yeah, more of a citadel castle. It's a major, almost a settlement itself. The 5 buildings are large. You can see the roofs. The tower is not just a tower. It looks to be a tower sitting on top of a structure that widens at the base. There's a big structure that makes up maybe a quarter or a third of the interior space. That has large swept ceiling that is partially caved in and rotted out. The other buildings you can just see the tips of a little bit, but they're very hard to discern from your position. Make a perception check for me, by the way. What was your stealth that you were using? 16?
Yeah.
As you're observing and looking around and either making mental notes or even physical notes, however you're collating this recon data, you hear kind of off to your left, high off to your left, you hear the beating of wings. And you look up and you see 4 black shapes, midnight black, coming out of the sky and down, making a sweep into the ravine going towards the citadel itself. The black reminds you of something.
Am I wearing it by any chance?
Very much close to that, yes. But living. You see on the back of all 4 of these creatures, 4 humanoids riding along on top of them. They don't seem to notice you, as if they rolled a 1 on their... They don't seem to notice you. And you can see, you lose sight of them for a split second, and then you hear, towards the back, near where the tower is, you hear the beating of wings stop.
This
That's
changes everything. Do I notice any other tracks leading in? Or anything that discerns that there's like maybe people moving around inside that I can see from where I am?
What was your perception? 18 total. Nothing recent to an extent. Like you can definitely tell this at least some point was like a place individual creatures would like go to like for shelter and stuff. But it doesn't look like this is well traveled. You don't see the road having been recently cleared. It looks like just a quirk of
Quirk of the topography of the ground.
Yeah,
Kept
it's
it
just
clear.
not. It's just kept it clear. This hasn't been managed. This hasn't been like fixed. It's as if this was just placed here from when it was abandoned. In a lot of ways.
Alright, well, there's no point going any further until I've told them of this lot, because this changes a lot of stuff. I'll make my way back.
Okay. Make your way back. I'm just going to use your stealth check. Okay. Why not? Two. You make your way back up to the ravine wall and then down, and you backtrack your way all the way.
Please let me scare the crap out of someone when I get there.
Well, you don't have a natural 20 you're using right now. So you're using 16. Still pretty good, but I actually still think Sesh would see you.
Sesh would,
Sesh would
but
see-
if Sesh
would,
says
yeah.
it, it's up to...
Yeah.
Oh, Rivallon's back.
But you, yeah, right when you were about it, would be great. But yeah, you do get back to
Do it. It still makes sense.
Henry's here.
He's got a natural...
Henry's
passive
come to
ability
visit
as
us.
well. So, Isaac still jumped.
Am I back
So
yet? then?
Rivallon.
Yeah, no, I said you found
Oh.
your way back. Yeah.
Okay, who really likes black dragons?
You.
My dad was one. That is one.
Right, we might have to kill your dad. And 4 of his mates. Oh, 3 of his mates.
My dad doesn't know 3 black dragons.
Well, in which case, it's not your dad, but it's definitely 4 black dragons.
Of the same
Do you
kind
mean
that
the
you
same
killed
one
before
that
met me?
you'll be killed before?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's not a black
So-
dragon then. Okay. It's an
Does
orange
that
black
mean...
dragon. Well, there are people on it?
Yep.
Okay, that's weird. That changes things.
Okay, that changes a lot of things. Does that mean the original Orlan Shadow Dragon with the unknown missing rider and saddle, was that mean that it was in the steppes looking for us?
Might have been.
Great. So
Well, that's
Liben,
scary.
Liben has got support from dragon riders from an unknown continent riding a mysterious set of dragons.
Yep.
I
I
wonder
didn't get
why
into the
they
citadel
are.
itself because, well, just as I was about to go in, they turned up. But there's about 5 buildings actually within the interior, but from my position there wasn't much I could tell. There's a tower
I
in
mean,
the
they could
middle.
also just be migrating south, right? That's what they do right this time of year.
Yes, and just happen to
It's
land where we're trying to get
yeah.
into.
It
Well, we
is a
know
bit
that one of
weird,
our-
but yeah, it's also like the only thing around here that any amount from the wind and the.
But for us to come
Storms.
across these specifically twice?
Hey, I'm trying to be positive about all this, okay?
Well, I
think
mean, we
should
still
be
had to fight the
realistic.
last one. Yeah.
Yeah, but these ones have riders. We can talk to them.
Yeah, and when they say, "Yeah, we don't like you," their dragons then attack us.
You have a very, very pessimistic outview on life.
I have a realistic view on life.
So pessimistic.
Which brings us
Good
to a
know.
new point.
Yes.
We can't fight that in a citadel.
We can't
Fight
fight 4
that
of them out
outside
in
the
the middle of
citadel.
nowhere. Definitely not, no.
How do we split them up?
I think we should just wait. Wait for them to leave.
You're assuming they will leave.
I mean, they came in. I'm assuming they came back to report something, and They're gonna leave out and do whatever they're told to do, I guess.
As I understand it, Liben knows we're coming.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
she will be waiting for us, and any forces that she has employed will not leave before yourselves turn up.
Mm-hmm.
They were out though already. They just arrived.
Exercising their dragons. We don't
I
know
mean,
that
if
they
we-
didn't leave earlier in the day, or
Scouting the area.
Yeah. I mean, if we
I
wait for
believe
them to
is
leave
that's
again,
enough to do.
if we wait for them to leave again, we can make our way into the citadel
May-
then.
May I make a truly terrible suggestion?
Hmm.
It's truly terrible, but bear with me.
yes, I will sacrifice myself to make sure that they get like a meal and they're not hungry. There you go. How about that?
Perfect.
Um,
See ya.
As I understand it, Liben doesn't know about me because we met after
Yeah, that's fair.
your last encounter.
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible that I could go in as a spy?
No.
That's the short.
Do you know
answer.
why?
Why?
Because we know that we've been scryed upon whilst we were in the steps, which was before we met you, yes. But there's no count on if we've been scryed upon again. I apparently can sense it, but only when it's close enough to me. There have been times, obviously, where I haven't been as close to members of the party, so there's a chance they do know about you.
Yeah, that's true.
Very well. It was, like I say, it was a terrible idea.
No. It's good. Ustinia, any thoughts?
I don't know. I don't usually deal with this kind of thing.
Fair point. I don't think any of us normally deal with sieges against dragon riders. It's a bit of a new one.
If you're talking about a siege, there's no chance we do it with our little party. Instead, we need to lure them away, possibly, in some fashion, away from, well, I suppose dragons don't need castle defenses or anything like that. They fly.
Mm-hmm.
But we could lure them away so that they wouldn't have any support from anyone potentially inside them. So maybe we come up with a plan, and when we're ready, we show our hand and draw them out, and we fight them out in the open, away from anyone that can interfere. We just need to figure out a way to kill multiple dragons.
Yeah.
We struggled fighting one of them.
Well, there's another thing I was about to say about that. We struggled fighting one of them at night time as well. It's a black dragon with natural advantage at nighttime. And as crazy as it sounds, I think it's our preference right now to actually, if we want to fight them in the daylight where we have clear vision on them.
Makes it
May-
hard for them to hide.
May I make a slightly better suggestion than my previous one?
Go for it. This
We
is
have mercenaries who may have been involved in sieges before. Is it possible that they might have some better advice than we have going on in our brains at the moment?
I fought on the defending side of sieges, but that doesn't really apply here.
Just going to remind you that we have roughly
12 people.
Take 12 people between us, and you want to siege something like that with just 12 people.
yeah, we can't siege. It would be infiltration. Plus, but there are breaks in the walls. You said, Rivallon, yes?
Yep.
So it's not actually like us trying to break into the castle in terms of we build siege weapons, we try to blow open a wall. That's fine. It's more the fact that we've got to, I'm guessing, go across open ground towards a citadel.
If we can
Whilst
get
there's a
into the
possibility of
walls,
dragon
we can
riders.
get into the buildings. If we get into the buildings, the dragons become less of an issue.
Yes.
By taking him into open ground, we're actually making ourselves easier targets.
Yes.
We want to get them
Especially
in
since
confined
there's
spaces.
4 of them.
You get them into a confined space, they can't fly, and they have hard time turning and moving around.
That was
I
the
don't
benefit
know
of the
about
trees
everybody
before.
else, but I can't sneak anywhere.
No, you just have to get inside.
I mean, I'm not very good at it either.
But if you
It's
follow
the getting
me and do as I
inside.
do, I can help you with an advantage.
I
Especially if we move at night.
I could always take my armor off. That would help some amount.
But then you're
would it
defending.
be crazy for me to cause a distraction?
Yes.
Yes.
What kind of distraction?
I turn into a giant eagle, fly the fuck away, and see if I can draw any of them.
Do you think you could get away from them if they followed you?
I
know
have
this
an
thing is-
idea of
we
how
know
I
those
could do that, yeah.
We know those things are fast.
Let me just check
Surprise is our
something.
best option at the moment, simply because Liben doesn't know when we're coming. She just knows we are coming.
Mm-hmm.
And the dragons are obviously designed as a force that gives her advanced knowledge of when we're on our way, and then be able to harass or actually kill us before we get there. We can get in close
How the hell
before.
did Lyman? How the hell does she manage to get those people to work for her? What connection does
Promise of
she have
power.
with them?
Promise of power from devoting herself to becoming a champion of a goddess,
Tell
demi-goddess,
Yeah.
whatever she
Tell
is.
Like, that's...
We
We
know
don't
that she
know
was
these
spying on
people
us,
at
so
all.
maybe she told them that we killed a black dragon that was riderless up north. Maybe we killed the rider.
They do want
Theoretically.
revenge.
It's how Zigul works. Revenge.
That's true. I wonder what actually happened to that dragon rider.
Okay, so here's the thing. We have got to cover a large area of ground before we get into that castle. The pros and cons of it at nighttime. Nighttime, we are harder to see. Nighttime, they are much harder to see.
Yep.
Daytime, we are easier to see. Daytime, they are much easier to see. And we know they're fast. We know those dragons are fast. If they're still all in shadow dragons, they are
Definitely
lightningly quick. So we're not going to be able to outrun them. Not even a horseback.
No. What? Instead of a spy, an assassin. One person goes in, finds Liben, and
Empowered by Zagul, they die.
Yeah, Liben's gonna take all of us. That's why we're all here. That's why we brought backup as well. Like, we need to be able to fight Liben while our friends
I'm happy
here.
on a suicide mission, but even I know that it would be futile.
I
say our easiest or our best option is to move at night, get inside the citadel, plan, or even if you want to get under cover and wait until we can figure out the rotation of the dragons when they're out, when they're not.
It's not like we don't have food or water.
yeah, the stakeout.
We only have to do it for a couple of days. Any rotation, any schedule they run will be that evident within those
It's
2 days.
honestly not a bad shout.
And even if we don't get anything out of that, then we know that we have to move and get into the citadel to get any extra information.
Roach, just as a thing, we're currently in that ravine.
Yes.
Okay. And is this the sort of in and out of that valley area where the castle is?
Like the castle is surrounded by a ravine-ish. Like think of the Box Canyon kind of thing, except just from like Halo Blood Gulch. Just extended outward. It's got very steep, cliff-like walls on either side, about maybe, I don't know, 100, 150 meters on either side, kind of cleared. And then it's been situated on a rise hill in the center. Like the tallest point of the tower does not reach above the ravine's like walls.
So the ravine is higher than the castle.
Yes.
You could drop in from the ravine.
We're in the ravine.
Yeah, we could go up along the ridge and then drop in. You can fly.
I mean, I can fly. Yeah, that's true.
We have rope.
But
it's gonna take a lot of rope, but we have rope.
But Sesh is gonna clatter down that cliff and make all kinds of noise.
I can just take my armor off.
we're over a mile away right now, so noise isn't overly a problem. But
No, but you
at the
still
same
have
time,
to expose yourself on open ground to get to the edge of the ravine to drop into the city.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we're not going to be able to drop off the cliff to get there before we're attacked by dragon riders. So like the way I think Roach is explaining it is there's a corridor and then it sort of opens up like that with the castle in the middle. It's like the yolk of an egg.
Yeah.
And all the sides of that round are taller than that castle. So even if we were up the top there, we would be so silhouetted if we were viewing. So it's more that I was more thinking we need to try and find somewhere to hide the carts, even if we are going to be trying to view the place.
Well, there is broken down defenses. If we could roll the carts into their sides nearby, they could easily be mistaken for part of the woodwork and everything that's already around there.
Not a bad shout. In this like ravine area where we are right now, there's no obvious like sort of caves or anything nearby where we could ditch the carts.
Not really. Not a cave-like environment to really come out.
It's a defensive position, basically. The whole point is there's one way into the area.
Yep.
So if you want to invade, yes, you can hit from the sides of the ravine, but you still actually have to come down, walk your army down into
massive choke point is what it is.
It's a massive choke point. So the defenses that are already there, they're broken down. It'd be easy to store the carts there. It's the horses I'm worried about.
It's the horses. Well, it's the horses and the carts. The thing is, like, if we get scouted by those dragon riders, if that's what they're there for, we're gonna be able to pick those up. They're gonna be the thing that would get seen. It'd be trying to find somewhere to hide them is going to be difficult, which also therefore leads me to believe we don't have time to survey really.
In which case, we leave the mercenaries with the carts, have them go somewhere and belly up while we go in, and they're on standby for when we make something.
Hightail it out. Yeah, I think that's what it's going to have to be.
I mean, the person who's in charge of their group is a seasoned veteran.
Yeah.
So, what I'm getting, your plan is to order the mercenaries to take the carts and the supplies, go hide nearby.
Yeah.
And then have your lot go into the to the keep.
Roach, you said that the walls of this ravine are stone, right?
Yes.
I could cast meld into stone and meld everything into it.
Ooh.
Lasts for 8 hours. I could meld the carts into the wall.
What about the horses?
Yep.
Oh god,
And
no,
they
the
can
horses-
breathe.
Yeah, they
Yep.
can breathe. Because
Yep.
you can cast it on yourself as well and just go, nope,
Yep.
I'm becoming
You have to do a
stone.
stone object or surface large enough to fully contain your body, melding yourself and all your equipment you for the duration. Using your movement, you can step into the stone at a point you can touch. Nothing. Your presence remains visible, otherwise detectable by non-magical senses.
Problem is you're gonna have to do that for every individual.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of casting, and it's a level 3 spell. I only have like
Level 3
5.
You would,
Yeah.
and you'd have to do it for
Yeah,
the
that's-
horses
that's-
individually, because then the wagon would be considered a part of their equipment if you were going to put the wagon.
Yeah.
And you'd have to do all.
We have what?
of-
5 plus 2, 7 horses, which is more slots than I already have.
yeah, plus 7 mercenaries.
Yeah. Well, the mercenaries can hide pretty easy. I'm not too worried about them. I'm more the carts. Those are the big things.
You have too many for that.
Damn.
Okay.
Good
Well,
idea,
I think-
though.
Well, I think maybe it's a case of the mercenaries and the carts and the horses all stay here, essentially, because the only other place would be out of the ravine, and they'd be way too far away to help us on a getaway or
Is
anything.
there any
if that's-
overhang or anything like that in part of this ravine?
On this part of the ravine,
Any part of the ravine?
I mean, there are bits. I mean, it's not. It's just not like a lot. There's like little bits and pieces. It's not uniformly flat or straight down, but nothing like nothing super big that you could like hide a whole camp or something under. And even then, it wouldn't be the ones that are there. More so, just like bits that haven't fallen down to make it a sheer edge yet, kind of thing. So, nothing too big, no.
So is that the plan?
I think so. I think it's we go, they guard our exit, essentially.
And then once we get engaged in battle, they come in. We can send them a message via sending stone,
Yeah.
or we blow something up.
Yes. I take it the mercenaries are like in conversation.
Oh, yeah,
with us,
they're-
so
They're listening. I mean, they're not here to make ideas. They're here to take orders.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
The two, you know,
I suggest we ask the
Commander and
leader of the
XO.
mercenaries what he thinks of our plan.
I am not here to pass judgment on
I'm not asking
any
you to pass
of
judgment. I'm asking for your opinion.
I am not necessarily paid to make an opinion on anything, but I will say it is a solid plan. I'm not too sure as to the full objective of this mission. I
Kill
know you're
Lyman.
here to... Don't know who that is. So,
Yeah.
yes, dragons was mentioned, so that's going to be a cool situation. We can definitely guard the exit. Whether or not we can bring down a dragon,
That's why we're trying to get into the citadel first. If we can tie the dragons up in the town, it'll be easier to deal with them.
I agree with that. Yes, I agree with that.
Once
I
that
would
happens,
say
your job is to come in and help us.
we can do that as well. We can have the wagons situated and tie the non-essential horses there and come in as the cavalry, as it were, and help you if it comes to that.
Hopefully it won't. Hopefully we'll be able to deal with it on our own, and you'll go home with a nice pay packet, having not needed to really get engaged in much combat.
Exactly. Looked like slide sideways over to Wazo, who's still kind of in like
I said
leaning against
much.
cart.
I healed him perfectly back to normal.
It still takes a little bit out of you. He basically died.
That was a couple
That's
of days
fair.
ago.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
it's still.
But it's still.
You get attacked by a 7-foot tall spider. It's, yeah, how
As a
better you-
halfling. Yeah.
Yeah.
All that venom's gotta do something to him.
3-foot
Yeah.
man versus 7-foot beast.
Yes.
I didn't know he was fighting Justinian.
But I think we should leave it here, as we're a couple of minutes out from the end, and you guys can talk amongst yourselves throughout the break or the weekend kind of time, the whole week, and see if
the length of time slowly getting longer in your sentence. The weekend,
Break,
the time,
the weekends, the week.
The month,
Well,
the year
yeah,
between sessions that we're
that's-
about to have because someone's going.
the game between now and then. You can discuss what you're planning on doing for this if you wanted to adjust it. Any specifics. So yeah. You can end it
Take
there.
screenshots of all the spells you have.
Oh, I've got my spells as a spell cards. I'm good. I've got.
You're a nerd.
I've got. Yeah.
What
I
if
can
you don't
literally
have
just
a
Google.
D&D book?
Great.
Takes...
Just Google it. It's all available online for free. Right?
Yeah,
Alright.
but anyway, so that was Sleeping Giants for this week. We will be back next week, 7:30 GMT. Other time zones may vary. As always, thank you to Compass Rich for writing the campaign and DMing for us, and thank you to all the other people that have joined me. Shulioni Mikey, Red Moogle, Utarionzo. You can get him at Twitch.com/Utarionzo. Twitch.tv/Utarionzo. I had a small stroke there. Don't mind me. You can get my friend over here, the Rival Zone Gaming, on youtube.com/Rival Zone Gaming. Have you got your cast and Twitch? It's all. Look at that. You're all organized, and you can also see Red Moogle there. They play Kerbal Space Program and bicker. It's great fun. And I'm Midgeman, and we will see you next week. Goodbye.
Goodbye.